The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is holy shit. We have a video game Wednesday, August 31st, 2022. This show begins now. Football. That right. Football is back, just a couple days away from the NFL season officially kicking off. College football had a great weekend this past weekend, and tomorrow night there's colossal games. We are all the way into the middle of football season, and it is a beautiful thing. Now, what is the news stories from today around the NFL? Well, mostly it's going to be roster transaction. Who gets signed? Who gets cut? Who's on the move? Who's never playing football again? That is what today will be like when it comes to the NFL world, but also there'll be some storylines that start to cook, we assume, as the day will roll on. Huge day today. We have Antoine Winfield Jr. joining us in about 12 minutes on Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can't wait to chat with him. Yeah. He went to Minnesota.
He sure did. Right.
He was a fucking guy.
Oh, in the ball.
Then he goes to Tampa, wins the Super Bowl his rookie year while playing and playing meaningful minutes. Everybody says he's like a 40-year-old. Can't wait to chat with him. Then we'll do Feel the Beat in the second hour. Whoa.
Okay.
Sheena Quick of the Panthers update. David Lombardi with the 49ers. And Vic Tafur of the Raiders will join us. Can't wait for that conversation. And then in the fourth hour, 3:05 Eastern, we'll talk to a man named Dave Feldman.
Hell yeah.
Dave Feldman, Senior Vice President in Marketing for Dapper Labs.
Of course.
Dapper Labs is the tech company behind the NFL all-day NFT drops. New one coming tomorrow, I guess. They were also behind, I think, the NBA, the MLB, and many other companies. So Dapper Labs kind of has a stranglehold on the NFT Major League game.
Nice.
I assume that's because they're very good at it. I have a lot of questions. When this was mentioned to us last week, remember, we sounded like a bunch of doofuses. So much so that their entire community started to like bake us and cook us. Whoa. Well, let you know, not a good person to have against you. Okay, if any of my research going into this NFT world is accurate, me and this thing are not a good thing to have against you. So maybe relax on the idiots conversation. We hope to learn more today, and hopefully we'll be able to add to the community.
Absolutely.
Ain't that right?
Yeah, of course.
That's what we want to add into it. We want to get into the modern world.
Yeah.
I mean, now, to be clear, when I got money for the first time, and everybody says, hey, when you get money, you got to invest money, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that. It was 1 year removed from the big crash, and the only people I met that had any money, they said they've lost all their money in investing. So I don't at all. I am not in stocks.
Fair.
I do not have a diverse portfolio. I have straight fucking cash, homie, and a company. So this NFT world and Bitcoin world and all this shit, it is not, a new genre of shit me not understanding or getting involved in. But these NFTs, especially with the NFL getting involved, I would like to know what it is.
Absolutely.
Because there's some magical moments in my career and in my friends' careers that I wouldn't mind saving, keeping, investing, flipping, maybe doing that if it makes sense. And Dave Feldman is allegedly going to be explaining to us why we need to get into the game and why everybody else needs to get into the game.
Here we go, Dave.
Right, Dave.
Excited for it.
Speaking of in the game, at Toxic Table is here, at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. We should make that account, by the way. I just said it.
What's that?
I said at Toxic Tables here. It's already gone. Somebody just took it. It's been gone.
It's gone.
Oh, yeah.
All right, get Toxic Table 1002 or something.
Yep, you got it.
That'll be potentially you guys. At Tone Diggs is here, one half of the Hammer. Dahn Cowboys. Back again in Stu, host of the Man to Man podcast. And Amanda will be joining us every single week this upcoming NFL season on Wednesdays and Thursdays, breaking down film, making our show more magical. Ladies and gentlemen, at Darius J. Butler.
Hey,
D-Bud has a rather large announcement to make today as well.
What? Really?
We'll do that later in the show because right now it is time to talk about something that not only have we been working on for months and months.
Yeah,
long time.
That's right.
Not only are we ecstatic about it,
Yes, very.
Super excited.
It has been something that's been damn near impossible not to spill into this microphone every single day since we have really learned about what it is that we're going to dive into. And our relationship with FanDuel has been an incredible one. Obviously, they have no ownership over this company. They have no guidance over what is allowed to be said in this company, but they are our exclusive sportsbook, and they are great partners with us. We've been able to work together to make a lot of cool things, including what I'm about to announce right meow. So last year we started chatting about something called FanDuel Face-Off. It is basically a bunch of games that you can get better at, that you're able to log on to your FanDuel Face-Off app, which is connected to your FanDuel account and have money, and literally play skill games against other people for money. Now, I don't think it's in all 50 states. I believe it's only in 32 states, which is the fantasy football states. You can play the free game in all 50 states, but to compete against others in money, you had to be in the 32 states that allow fantasy football or whatever. I got in there as a game called Block Trail. There's these other puzzle type games. There was Wheel of Fortune on there. Scrabble was on there. Grand Slam Champion was on there. It was magic. It was amazing. I'm not a big video game person, but if I'm able to go in there and put 60 cents down, which is already in my FanDuel account, and I can win $1, and I can spend, 20, 30 minutes at night getting the brain better with the Block Trail and the Wheel of Fortune, really trying it, while also competing for actual little bit of money, not enough to lose and be pissed off about, enough to win and be excited about. I thought the FanDuel Face-Off app and the collection and bundle of games was a brilliant concept. We actually gave FanDuel a hey, atta baby.
Way to go, FanDuel.
Atta baby, we said.
Yeah.
They said thanks for us promoting it because that was not a part of our relationship. We only have to talk about them if we're talking about sports gambling, but they created this FanDuel Face-Off thing, and we all said, God damn, this is very impressive. So we started promoting it. They saw a little bit of more of a spike because people also started experiencing it. So they reached out and said, hey, anything you would like to do with this FanDuel Face-Off thing, any ideas you have, please let us know. So I had an idea immediately. There used to be a game where you would take a piece of paper.
Oh, yeah.
And then you would be throwing it into a trash can in an office, and there was fans, and I believe it was called
Paper toss.
Paper toss. It was one of the first games that I've ever played in my life that I actually started playing because I enjoyed it. I have had this concept in my mind that you could very easily do a field goal kicking thing in the same exact fashion because wind is a factor. Kicking is the same exact thing as throwing in a video game. You could potentially do it. So as soon as I talked to the FanDuel Face-Off people, I said, there has to be a way that we can get a field goal kicking game in this thing, and you could just make it difficult. You can add different objects and adversity, that it's not too easy. It's something that will always be a challenge. I think a field goal kicking game in the same strategy that you guys have this FanDuel Face-Off would really do well, would be a lot of fun, and I think you guys can make it very good. So after months and months of testing and building, we are here to announce that Pat McAfee's Field Goal Face-Off is officially live, launched, in the FanDuel Face-Off app right the fuck now. Very, very, very proud of this. Very proud of this.
Should be.
Awesome.
This is a game, and everybody knows my story. I did not grow up playing video games. I did not have the attention span to play enough video games. I was up and out of the house all the time. I was on the road for soccer and other things all the time. So I didn't get the gene that my brother had and that many other kids had to be able to play a video game and just sit there and enjoy it. I would watch other people play. I'd be entertained by it. I would talk shit. I'd do the whole thing. But the actual action, not really something for me. As phone games got better and better and better, and my traveling got longer and more, I started diving into some shit on my phone. I think we have created a phone game that people are going to be able to enjoy for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's passing time, whether it's in the middle of halftime for a game, if you're bored at work, if you're watching this show, whenever, I think you could play this. Taking a shit, great game.
Oh, yeah.
It's maybe one of the best take a shit games that has ever happened.
Absolutely.
Because each round you can win is short enough that your feet don't fall asleep, so it's not like you're just hanging out, losing feeling in your feet while you're taking a shit.
Exactly.
Let's go ahead and showcase what this game is here. It is plugged into Ty Schmidt's phone. Ty has been playing for a few weeks now, okay? So Ty's phone is as such. Okay.
Good
so
phone.
here's Ty's phone. Now he has the SeatGeek app right down there. It looks very good. He goes into his FanDuel folder, and what you have to do is you'll have to download the FanDuel Face-Off app. Ty, click on which one there is the FanDuel Face-Off app. It's right in the middle. It's white colored. You'll see it when you search for it in iOS systems in the App Store. You will go in. Here's all these other games we're chatting about that are available. This will directly connect to your FanDuel account. So the amount of money that you have there is also in your FanDuel Face-Off account, so you don't have to re-sign up. You just have to have a FanDuel account already. The Grand Slam Champion's a great game. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune, great game. Block Trail.
Oh, yeah.
Every night I'm on the block trail, keeping the mind tight. Scrabble's okay.
I love Scrabble cubes.
So you read a lot of books. I have not.
It's awesome.
That is not really my thing. Puzzle Pyramid's a good time. It's about matching things in a timely fashion. It's a pattern game. It's not bad. But we are right fucking here. Field goal face off. You go ahead and click on that. This is now where you will find out which style of game you'd like to play. There's obviously the free option. That is available in all 50 states. Then there's a 60-cent game that you'll win $1.05. You'll be taking on somebody else. Obviously, there's a $3 game. There's a $12 game. It goes up and up. At some point, there will be random tourneys that'll be up here that you'll be able to enter for like $5 enter into a big bundle. And for the first week, we are giving away $20,000 in prizes to those who can record a high score. Highest score in a paid game. So there has to be something on the line. Of course. Because field goal kicking involves having a little bit of pressure. So to get into the opportunity to win the $10,000 cash to the highest score, and then $100 to the next 100 highest scores, $100 in FanDuel Face-Off goes a long way, let alone $10,000. You have to play a paid game. So Ty Schmidt will click on the 60-cent game there on Play Now. I think you see it getting darker than everywhere else. And we didn't connect. Hold on. Oh, no.
I mean, this shouldn't be it.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
Free one might work.
Close out the app. Close out the app and get back in. It also might be crashing.
Yes. Because there's already a lot of people on there playing.
I do have my location services turned on because I was just playing it.
Go to the
There
beta.
it is.
Yep.
Boom.
Wait.
Go to the practice round.
Okay.
Go do a beta one. We'll showcase you because Ty's isn't working for whatever. Literal worst case scenario.
Yeah, that was it. That was it right there.
Worst case scenario.
I thought about that before.
I did not think about that. You thought about it potentially not working when he was just playing 10 seconds ago?
Yeah.
Strictly because I have had a lot of location problems with FanDuel. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. We're up in it. Okay, here we go. So here's the opening of the game. This is awesome.
That looks just like you.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Glove.
Got the ball right there, too.
The watch on.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, full scan of my head.
Yeah.
We can release those photos now. It was quite a scene. There was this dude who had this wand that came to the office, and he had this bright LED light on my whole head. And this guy had this wand, and he was just like going around me like this. And I was like, oh, so this is how like deep fakes. This is how it goes. It was a very quick process. To get me to look exactly like this motherfucker in here took probably, on our end, 10 minutes?
Yeah, quick.
Now, I don't know what they did on the back end. Obviously, building the app takes a long time, the amount of coding and everything. But yeah, they could just pick my big dumb face up and put it on a fucking body on the internet. Like,
unbelievable.
It was very, very quick. I do believe the large nose, jaw, and dome as a whole helped out in the quickness of it because it was as if they were taking a picture of a goddamn photo frame there. But we are very thankful for it. Now you hit start, and now you're going to be diving into the game here, okay? There's me holding for you. Okay, I'm one of the greatest holders in the history of the NFL. You can go and look at stats and percentages of made kicks. I also enjoy seeing other people shine. You'll pull it back just like you're golfing or just like a shooting game with your thumb. The wind in the top right corner is something you will have to pay attention to. And as you get rolling, the more kicks you make in a row, the more money and the higher the score gets generated. There's obviously things you'd like to hit. There's a lack of a fan lower left. There's a golden ball there, top left, in which you can put in if you're going to miss and make. The game has so many different pieces to it. We're incredibly proud, and then that's a miss, obviously.
Shot, dude.
That's a terrible kick.
Not a good ball.
Oh, no.
Oh, hang on.
The lights are on.
Made it. No, I actually told him.
60?
Listen, Ty could go put a 20,000 piece on this if he wanted to right now. Ty and none of the boys at the office are up for any of the prizes, especially the week one prize. So There's a reason they've been playing for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
There will be up and coming contests with this though next year or next week or maybe the week after that you'll have to beat or try to beat the highest score of the office, and there'll be a lot of money on the line. This is from 80 yards.
Oh, nice play.
Boom, and he hits the no-win game, but you need wind at this point, don't you?
Yeah, you probably want to. When you start getting deep here, you need a little wind at your back.
All right, awesome. Anyways, that's the game. It is currently available. We appreciate everybody so much who plays. Once again, the highest score in a paid game, 60-cent game for the next week will win $10,000. The next 100 highest scores after that will win $100 apiece. You'll compete against each other. You don't just play for 60, hit a certain score, and then get $1.05 there. You'll compete against another person that is in the same cash and also same competitive rank. It might take a few days for them to figure out like who's good, who's not good, but you'll be playing against a skilled
right
person or something.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's all regulated, by the way, on the back end. So go in there, have a good time, and we can't thank the people at FanDuel and the game that was the company that created the game enough. We appreciate the hell out of you.
Thank you, everybody.
FanDuel Face-Off is the app. Field Goal Face-Off is the game.
Yep.
Can't wait to see who wins the 10 grand for the highest score this week. And then next week, we'll give away some shit. And then the week after that, we'll give away some shit.
Whoa.
And then the week after that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very proud of that game. I would like it not to die because a lot of things just die in this office.
It won't.
It's
That
great.
game's
Sick of
awesome.
it and we move on. Can't have it.
Too much fun.
I think so too. Let's join a conversation now that was supposed to start 3 minutes ago.
Okay.
We apologize to this man for eating into a part of his day because I know he's very busy because this man has been a starter in the NFL since his rookie year. Been a Super Bowl champion since his rookie year. Obviously, Dad played in the league. He went to Minnesota. Ladies and gentlemen, safety for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Antoine Winfield Jr.
Oh.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you, man? Good to see you.
Yeah, likewise, man. Glad to be here.
Hell yeah. NFL career has been going fantastic. I think we talked to you maybe rookie year, I'm not sure, long ago. You're just like a 90-year-old man now in the NFL, Antoine.
Hey, I'm getting there.
How are you enjoying life? How is training camp? Obviously, all eyes on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ever since the moment you showed up in that city. Same year that Tom Brady showed up in that city. How's the team feel? New coach, same vibes?
Yeah, same vibes, man. Coach Bowles, he was the D coordinator for the past 2 years, now our head coach. So it's been amazing, man, just to play underneath him, and now he's at that head position, so I'm loving it.
100 degrees down there every day in the morning when you wake up. How's training camp been?
It's been pressure. It's hot every single day, so we're getting good work. But training camp has been well so far, man. I'm just really excited to get the season going.
You're from Texas originally?
Yes, Texas and Minnesota, both of them.
Okay, kind of back and forth because when Dad was playing up there, then moved down to Texas whenever he was done?
Exactly, yep.
So what do you think, Texas, like 8th state high school football-wise in the country?
No, number one, baby.
Two. I give him two.
Best high school football in Texas.
Well, so we got Florida chiming in.
Yeah, I give him two. Number two. Solid. Man, yeah, two.
What about California?
They'll probably be after Georgia. Cali probably top 4.
Western
Pennsylvania, though.
Western
Pennsylvania is where the fucking...
Yeah.
Western
PA,
PA,
New Jersey.
Pennsylvania.
Iowa's tough.
Iowa's not even in the conversation.
But Florida's one, though. That's
Ohio's
fine.
not going to be
That's-
happy about any of this. But we're saying Texas 6-7. I was close.
Sure.
I was close there, Ant.
A little bit lower than that,
Slow down. Did you start recognizing more? Did you change your study? What do you think you've learned at, and what do you think you've progressed at now that you're getting old when really you're still in such a fucking infant stage in the NFL, Antoine?
Yeah, I would say the game definitely slowed down a lot. And, that just comes from, experience, getting those plays and reps early on in my career. I feel like that only helped me out in the long run. I'm comfortable now, more comfortable in the scheme, more comfortable in the system. So I feel like they just allowed me to go out there and play football now. It's not so much going on, all like new stuff that you get when you first come in. It's just go play football, make plays.
Darius, your question for Antoine.
When you come in the NFL, obviously it's the longest season you had, but you had, the absolute longest, going to the Super Bowl, winning it all. What advice would you give to a young guy coming into the league right now as far as preparing for their first year?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing is mental, bro. Everybody thinks like the game is like so big, like you're going against these great athletes. Everybody's good, but the only thing that takes you above that stage is being able to mentally control what you can control and handle your business. Like, you got to come in, put that work in every day, but you got to be mentally tough with these long seasons. It's tough out here, but I would say the mental aspect of the game is probably the biggest component of it.
If I was to run a team and I was going to be a GM, I would get vets that have been there, done that. I would pay them because, down there in Tampa, the salary cap doesn't mean shit. Your contract's about to come up. If Mike Greenberg's still making moves down there, which we assume he will be as a salary cap guru, you can ask for whatever you want. Just want to let you can ask for whatever you want. But if I was running a team, I would want vets that have been there, done that, because I don't like the question marks of rookies. Not that you weren't there. And then I would want, second generation, third generation players. I would like to see guys that have seen it, been there, done that. How much did that help you think? Because you were around it. And did anything blindside you?
No, I was pretty much informed. My dad played for 14 years, so I literally grew up watching him play the game. And then it seemed like as soon as he retired, I jumped right into his role and started playing football. So it was nothing really pretty much new to me. I always had it at home, so it wasn't anything surprising.
How about off the field, though? On the field, obviously, you're going to go through your thing, but handling all that shit you're just talking about mentally, do you think you had good preparation going in, or did anything kind of blindside you, even though you'd seen and known what your dad's life was like when he was in the league and what it takes to be great?
Yeah, no, nothing really surprised me. I got a great support system. My parents, my girl, my brothers, and so we've pretty much been through it all. My dad had experience at it first, so I can go to him at any time. If I'm going through a rough patch, what got you through it when you was going through it, and he just give me little advice like that. So I was pretty much prepared and got a great supporting team. You
do any hilarious shit to your body yet? Your young guys don't really have to get into that yet, but I know Guerrero's around there. We doing pliability. We doing deep massage. Hey, they do.
Oh,
yeah. You into all that ever since you were a rookie? And is that because of the dad, or just because of the way the world is now?
It's because the way the world is now, and also hearing it from my dad, the best ability is availability. So you got to make sure you take care of your body. So I'm doing all the little things to make sure I'm good to go and healthy to go out there and perform.
Is Guerrero does he just put together a meal plan for everybody on the team, or do you not see him or deal with him much?
I'm sure he would, but I don't know. He's out here working, though. We see him pretty much every day.
That's a weapon, dude. Don't you think? Now, you don't know anything else. You're fucking young. But that is a weapon, Antoine, honestly.
No, I'm sure it is. I'm sure other teams don't have guys like that in their building, in their facility, coming around and getting everybody right. So it's good to have.
Go ahead, Darius Butler, Antoine Winfield Jr. Obviously, safety for the Buccaneers. Your question for him, D-Bud.
All right, gave one, but I got another.
Yeah.
You want me to get another?
Yeah, go ahead. No, he ask about the defense down there. How is the D? Tom Brady obviously is going to be tasked with that. Hey, how's your defense down there in Tampa Bay? No, Tom Brady gets all the headlines, right? 11 days out. Won't ask you because you are nowhere near in a position to be having to talk about that or have to deal with the after effects of talking about it. So that is not the question I'm going to ask. But the offense is really the conversation, right? Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, all the boys, Tom Brady, anytime he's there, it's going to be a conversation. Now it's the injuries on the offensive line. How does the defense feel now that you have a defensive head coach? Has there been any difference? Is the mindset the same? And how do you feel going into the season with that crew?
Yeah, the mindset's been the same. Our job is to go out there and, dominate and do our thing. We pretty much got the same guys back with some new additions. We got Logan Ryan, we got Keanu Neal, two great safeties, vets, and they're very smart. And so, I just use them to my best ability, ask them different questions and things and different techniques and things like that. But outside of that, I feel like defense is going to have a great year.
Do you think that if I was quarterback at 7-on-7 against your D, I'd go 2,000 yards, 10 tuds, or what do we think?
No, I don't think so.
How's practice? Competitive, or is it, hey, let's get guys to Sunday?
Oh, it's competitive, man. If you look on both sides of the ball, you got great players pretty much everywhere. So every time we're out there, we're competing. And it's fun, man. I feel like that's probably been the biggest thing for me, going against Mike, going against Chris, going against Tom Brady, Fournette, all those guys are in practice. It makes it easy during the game. I'm going against the best of the best, so it's been great work with those guys. When
you played the Colts this past week, what'd you guys say? Colts go win the Super Bowl, or did you not take much during preseason, or?
I can't really speak on other teams. I can only speak on what we got going on over here.
All right, Antoine, bullshit. Go ahead, Ty.
Antoine, you mentioned the game slowing down for you. During the COVID year, was it, did that help that no one was in there? Obviously now everything's so much different. You got a full NFL experience last year, and you played big-time college football, so but what was it like playing defense that year when no one was in the stands and you could basically hear everything going on the field? Did that help, or was that kind of harder?
You know what? It was strange. So first off, we didn't even have any preseason games my rookie year. So my first game, we opened up against New Orleans, and it's my first game. So I'm like, I know what to expect, but I kind of don't because it's my first actual NFL game that I'm playing in. And so we get there, and there's no fans in the stands. They're trying to pump in crowd noise and things like that in there, but it's quiet. Like you can hear
So far.
all text, you hear the coaches talking on both sides. You're like, man, this is weird. It was almost like a scrimmage or something, but. I feel like getting that early on, I don't know, it just gave me a different impression of the game than what I thought was going to happen. But, eventually, further on in the season, we had some more and more fans come in there, so that's been good. But it was weird.
What you guys have, Minnesota? That place filled up, right, whenever you were playing there? That was a hell of a run.
Yeah, we had a great year my last year. We did things that we haven't done in like 100 years at the school. So we had a nice my senior year.
This guy went to Iowa. He said he'll never do it again. He doesn't know. You guys you still rowing the boat, Antoine, or no?
I'm still rowing the boat. Yes, sir.
How are we going to be this year?
We should be good. I'm liking us this year.
Okay.
All right, so should we then? All right, West
Yeah,
Virginia, we're going to be good too. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to win it all.
Yeah.
Darius, your
Antoine,
question.
you talk a lot of shit out there. What's your style? You talk shit. I remember one of your most memorable moments for a lot of casual fans, at least, would be that pick you had against Tyreek, throwing up those deuces. Is that your style, or was that just specific for that game, that player?
Football is an emotional game.
Yeah.
And so behind that, we obviously played them in the regular season that year, and he went crazy on us. Yeah. Leading up to the Super Bowl that week, all they played was the highlights of him throwing up the peace sign, back flipping in the end zone, and things like that. And so it was something that I kind of manifested. I'm like, okay, if I get an opportunity, I'm going to do something, because I was kind of still mad from the previous game. So it was just a perfect scenario to where, we were already up. It was like fourth down. I got a pass break up on them, and I just did it. I didn't really have anything planned, but it was just like a perfect situation where I had to just do something. And,
You kind of had it planned. Antoine, you kind of had it planned. Yeah. What do you mean? You had it planned.
We need an NFT
I
of
didn't know
that
I was going to do it, but I knew it was going. I was going to have an opportunity to do it, and it was just like the perfect situation to where, like, all right, I got to do it right here, and then it just happened.
Hey, this dude's different though, huh?
Yeah. He's different, man. He's by far one of the fastest players that I've ever played against. Like, everybody talks about his speed. He has it. He's quick, twitchy, great ball skills. He's got it all.
Hey, these younger wide receivers, and I guess you're a young guy too, so you probably saw this in 7-on-7s growing up and 1-on-1s now are becoming, Destroying had fucking Eli Manning throwing at 1-on-1s. That's only going to get better and better for wide receivers. These younger wide receivers are just better than ever before. As you've gotten older, and you're only in your third year or whatever, but still, have you realized that? Have you seen that? Is it like, hey, everybody has dudes, and was there that big of a leap from college to the NFL that was surprising for you in the wide receiver department?
Yeah, for sure. You got guys out here, they're working, doing all the footwork and things like that. And it's just, I would say everybody has different moves in their bag. So they're giving you speed releases. They're doing 3-4 moves off the line. You're like, what's going on? But yeah, I would definitely say that from college to the pros, the receiver level is definitely way better.
What do you work on in the off season? Thicker, faster? What are you trying to get better at? Reading things? Is it footwork? How do you get better as you continue to grow older here now?
Yeah, I would say for me, obviously you want to get bigger, faster, stronger. But for me, I feel like it's like I said before, it's more mental. So watching more film, recognizing more route concepts and what different offenses are doing. And so really just studying the game. I feel like that's the biggest thing that I try to work on this offseason.
Texas, like 8 or 9, you think, in the country?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
High school.
Just about, maybe.
We lower than that.
No, because I think Massachusetts too, right?
AJ Dillon is from Massachusetts, so what else do I have to say?
Connor, your question for Antoine.
Yeah, Antoine, as we know, everyone, in the NFL loves joint practices and, the long two-a-days and all that shit. But was there a new energy in the building today when you came in, knowing that you guys are, 10 days away from really, like, the regular season and playing real games?
Yeah, I would say so because, it's time for the real deal. We're about to play here next weekend, so everybody's kind of locked in. We got the team together, and we're just ready to rock and roll, man.
Tom come back and talk shit immediately? Like first day he came back, started talking shit, or was it a whole thing?
No, he wasn't really talking stuff, but he was out there handling his business as usual.
That's what he did to the Colts. Yeah, we were watching it, and it was like, well, 11 days didn't mean a goddamn thing.
I don't know that guy right there.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's an alien, as are you, dude. And we can't wait to watch you to have continued success. Good luck today. Good luck the rest of the season, and thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, of course, man. I appreciate y'all.
Super Bowl champion Antoine Winfield Jr. Good dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you said you had something for the D. That's on me. I just got to misread there. I kind of threw it into you. You were not ready. He's a great guy.
Yeah, they're going to be very good again.
How about how happy he was?
Well, I mean,
Hard not to be.
when you get to play safety behind Akeem Hicks and Vita Vea and Devin White and Levante David and JPP and Shaq Barrett.
And Tom Brady's on the
Tom
offense.
Brady's
Yeah.
on the offense.
Yeah.
It's probably
A
pretty
lot of
nice.
They got to figure
Good
out their
situation.
They got to figure out their punter situation.
Yeah, they do. Well, I mean, maybe they don't punt one time this entire
Think
year.
about it.
You're right. I mean, maybe they
There's
could.
a chance.
Jake Camarda, a punter from Georgia last year, has gone to Tampa Bay, and we were watching him in warm-ups. I was watching him in warm-ups at like halftime because I don't think he's hit a clean ball in a game yet. Like during live reps in a preseason game, I don't think he's hit a clean ball. And I was very impressed with him at Georgia, so I was fucking real confused while I was watching him through the preseason. And then in the game against the Colts, I was watching him like, this guy is not even close to hitting a clean ball. So I thought he was just broken. And then at halftime, I saw him hit some fucking bombs. So I'm sure he's not happy with what's going on either. Hopefully he's able to figure that out. But you can't have special teams be the reason why a team like that doesn't go.
you
You know what I mean?
telling me.
You
Exactly,
can't,
yeah.
exactly. You can't have it.
What's that, just nerves, you think?
I don't know. I think he was rushing. I think he was going a little bit too fast. But it's hard to say, hey, you got to slow down because he's probably being told, hey, you got to be fast up here because how quick everybody is. So I think there's just a fine balance there of like organizing the chaos a little bit in his mind, probably. He's probably trying to be too quick. And if you're trying to be too quick, it's just your drop goes everywhere. If I had to guess, I don't know. Because I saw his first couple punts in the game, I'm like, oh, that's bad. And that was when I was like thinking about, am I coming back to punt? I'm like, well, I can't keep up with these young guys. And then I saw him hit a couple balls. I was like, yeah,
Maybe.
I could do that.
What was it
with
like
both.
for you as a rookie, though?
So my first preseason game, like 65 yards or something like that. Next one, like 60. I just fucking.
So, like, everything you did in practice, you just carried it, right? Because my
No,
shit, once I
practice
got in the
I was
game,
terrible.
I forgot everything.
Practice, I was terrible.
Okay.
Practice, I couldn't hit a fucking ball. And Bill Polian, like the day before, was like, hey, it's your job. And I'm like, I've not earned that. But I was drafted by him. So then once we got to the game, I think I don't have to think about shit though.
Yeah.
That's like almost what happened. In the game, like I don't have enough time to think about shit. So it's almost like I was more comfortable in the game situation than I was in practice when I was trying to figure out what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I was also doing something I didn't fully understand yet. Next preseason game, I tried to do what I did in first one, fucking sucked. It was kind of just a balance every single time. But I could see how if you're thinking, which a lot of rookies do, it definitely will fuck you up. Would that happen to you, you said?
I mean, I just couldn't remember any. Like, everything just started moving so fast. And then you kind of figure it out as the season goes on. But those first few games, it's just, you just got to
Lost?
play. Yeah, you just got to play. It wasn't necessarily lost. It's just, let me eliminate as much things as possible. Just play.
You standing there.
People start talking to you. Hey, check this, check that.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Oh, fuck.
That is just funny to think about just being
You
lost.
just got to play ball. But sometimes it's better that way. You kind of like numb. So sometimes you like when the backup quarterback comes in, don't expect to play, and they just playing off instincts. And then that next game when they're really game planning and thinking about check, now it's all fucked up. So a lot of rookie years, you just come in and you just play.
And then at rookie wall, the question you asked is so real because you come off your senior year, junior year, or sophomore year, whatever the fuck it is, that you're leaving to come into the NFL. You go right into combine training or pro day training. Then as soon as you do that, you're all right, now you're getting ready for the draft. A lot of trips, a lot of workouts.
Yeah.
And then shortly after the draft, you have rookie camp. Nobody else is there. Then you have OTAs. Then you're there 2 weeks early to training camp because you're rookies. Then you have training camp. Then you have the longest season you've ever had in your entire life. And then you get the first breath of air that you've had probably your entire athletic career. And then you just got to not fuck it up.
And they had COVID too. Antoine had COVID, so I couldn't imagine having that on top. Not being able to have people come visit you, not been like having to come in and test every day, like all that type of shit. That's
What week?
Man.
What week is normally you come out of the rookie wall about week 14, I think.
Jesus.
Week 14, week 15. You hit it about week 10. I think if I'm reading from my just perspective on guys throughout watching people, week 10, week 11, guys can get a little, and then like 14, 15, it's like, oh, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and you're like back in it.
kind of around that Thanksgiving-ish area, like between Halloween, Thanksgiving, at end of October, going to November. That's kind of like, because that's when, as you know, in college, that's kind of when things are winding down, and then in the NFL, that's when shit goes up or not. So it's it's a challenge.
And you've been going since time was winding down. In your last season. Now you're going, and it's the most important time.
Oh, yeah.
Most stress, most high anxiety, most eyes, most amount of money on the line. And then rookies are just like trying not to shit their pants, basically. Either trying to survive or not shit their pants. It's tough. That's why, once again, if I'm a GM, give me every fucking vet you got. I need the guys that are putting, acupuncture needles in their entire body starting week 4. They know everything about it. Give me those guys as opposed to the young guys. But if you do that, how do you know who the next vet's going to be? Can't have 32 me's running the team. Can't have 32 Les Sneads out there. Can't have 32 of what Tampa Bay's doing. You need teams that obviously look for the younger guys and groom them and teach them how to be pros and go through the obstacles of them trying to find how to be professionals on and off the field. But I ain't gonna be fucking one of them. And if I'm a GM, that's just. And I do apologize for that. I'm a bad guy. What are you going to say,
I was going to ask D, but so Winfield's played with Jordan Whitehead his entire career. Jordan Whitehead got paid by the Jets this offseason. What's it like when you've played with someone your entire career at the other safety spot and then you're dealing with a new guy now?
I mean, that's what you have the preseason for, all season for. And, he grew up with it, just knowing the game and knowing. I feel like he came in as like damn near a vet. So he was kind of ahead of the game. But, you're working out those kinks, communications in the meeting room. So I think they'll be, absolutely fine.
Okay, let's get to a break. We'll be back on the other side, wrapping up this glorious hour 1. We have a video game. That you can play right now in 32 states. And compete for a $10,000 grand prize.
Here we go.
And $100 prizes for everybody that's the next highest scores. If there's a tie for the highest score, which we don't think there will be.
Very difficult.
There's a lot of points, but if there's a tie, the first place money will be split, $10,000. It's a blast. We can't thank you enough for playing if you are. And shout out to FanDuel and the folks that made the game.
Hell yeah. Great job. Game.
It is a good game.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
It is, once you start playing, you start to figure it out and you start feeling good. And then you'll go do something for like 20, 30 minutes, you come back in, and what you just figured out, no longer figured out. And there's there's a bird thing that flies by that you can hit and get bonuses. You start aiming for stuff. The time, it's a great fucking game.
It's a variation on every game. That's why, too.
You'll start hot sometimes, and then boom, all of a sudden just shit your pants thinking, hey, I'm going to put together a lifetime round here. And then you just,
to be clear,
lose it.
To be clear, you can run into a Nick Maralda or Ty Schmidt in there.
There's a chance.
And they will be a buzzsaw. Because they've had to test this thing because they are noted gamers and to make this thing as good as possible for the last month or two. And they've gotten very good at the game.
Never look at your score.
And I haven't typically if we're doing something like this where it's like, hey, you're beta testing this for about a month, a few weeks. By this point, I'd be like, all right, fuck it. I've done everything I can do on this. Like, I'm still
enjoying.
Oh, yeah. Loving it.
And if you suck, they'll have you competing. First couple days might be tough. You might run into some buzzsaws.
That's going to happen.
But I think everybody's going to suck on there except for Ty, Connor, and Nick, and anybody that's been playing it for the last couple weeks. You can get better, which is why.
Yeah.
And there's money on the line. You compete against people.
It's all about reps. If you want to get better, you got to play it.
It's going to be fun. I'm excited to see how this thing grows. And then there's going to be updates that we have.
Exactly. New bonuses.
That QR code leads you right to the fucking game right there on the screen.
Scan it.
That's the future right there.
That's right.
Actually, that's been around a long time.
Really? They have been.
Yeah, QR code's been around a long time.
Really?
Yeah, because back in the day when people were pumping them like 10 years ago, they thought they were the biggest brains on earth. And they have become a thing, but not as much as it should be, I think.
That's right.
Took a while.
Too much. I hate them at fucking restaurants. Give me the fucking paper me.
Oh, you want COVID?
Yeah, you
me the
son of a
paper
bitch.
You want COVID?
Classic Florida.
Wow.
Killing the planet, too.
Yeah.
Florida what?
The menus are killing the planet.
You don't know.
Dude.
You don't know.
And
QR
straws.
codes are killing the planet.
How?
The fucking rays. What do you think it stands for? Qualified rays. Fucking not
Code.
good. Yeah.
I don't know if that's accurate, but
What
I'm
does it
sure,
stand for?
I'm sure we could tie it back to being a problem because the only way to read it is to buy one of these. You know what they got to do to make one of these?
What's that?
It's not good.
We
don't
could
wanna
tie
know.
it back to being
What do
terrible.
they have to do?
You
What
don't
do they have
wanna
to do?
know.
I do. I want to know.
Well, you know that electric vehicle I have outside that I thought I was saving the earth with?
Yeah.
Nope, you are.
I don't think that's the case.
Think
How?
twice.
Not at all, buddy.
What's California doing then?
2035, got to have all electric vehicles. I thought I was saving the earth.
You are.
No, I'm not.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Why?
They don't know. Who told you that?
Well, the person I think that went and protested, the person that took the pickaxe right into all the valuable items in our earth, and then they had to chip them out, like the old block game.
Yeah, miners.
And then they just put them in my car to power it. So I guess that's worse than the oil that I was.
It's like
short term.
Mining Bitcoin's the worst thing for the earth imaginable.
So like, that's another thing. Like those flares where the, whatever the case, the field goal face-off game, good for the earth.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
It is.
Good for the earth.
Brings cultures together.
I think so. I think everybody could be good at this game.
I think so too.
Everybody could be terrible at it too. Okay, and we do recommend being responsible on this. If you suck and you continue to suck, go find another game in FanDuel Face-Off because you'll be able to find one.
Or just play the free ones.
Yeah, or just play the free games, which you can't play. And there's also free, there'll be free money games too at some point, free entries.
There we go.
Potentially win some money, which I guess no, it's not. You got to pay to play.
By the way, I just beat John O'Connell right now. No big deal.
John who?
John O'Connell.
You're playing right now?
Fucking John O'Connell. You better get better, pal.
Sorry, John.
Okay? Your Irish ass needs to start focusing a little bit more on his field goal face-off. Because I don't even know if Zito's really played that game that much.
No, first time. Just terrible
score.
John O'Connell better. Yeah, go play blocks, John.
What is the score now? Not what you guys are scoring. I score like 8,000, 9,000, 7,000.
Good score.
10,000 to 12,000 feeling good about it.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
I would say for these games, especially today, if you're scoring 10,000, that's a very good score. You're going to win a lot of cash games with a 10,000.
Okay. So remember that if you're not getting to 8,000, you can still win at 8,000.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're competing against somebody else. So they might have a bad game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you're in it no matter what. But if you're 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, good, could lose.
Could lose.
Well, that's why it's such a great game, because if you do average, higher, you can get some games where you are getting 6, 7, 8,000, even if you do consider yourself, a good player.
And lose.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Just hope and pray that you get matched up against Bill, because he absolutely stinks at it.
And there's a chance, because his fucking ass is in there right
That's
now.
right. That's right.
Because he's been getting bodied by everybody in the office. So he's very excited for others to
He's
get
on tilt right now, so find Bill.
Basically a bye week.
All right, we're back in it is. We're back in 5 minutes. Waiting some phone calls on the 5 Energy phone line. Big shout out to the FanDuel Face-Off app, which has the field goal face-off challenge in it.
Yep.
What a day. This is cool.
It's awesome.
White icon with the blue FanDuel symbol.
It's the FanDuel Face-Off app.
Yep.
Yes.
Easy to download, easy to handle. We'll see you in 5 on with some phone calls. Cheers. You like Trey Lance, huh? You love the way he plays, you love the way he operates. How about how he handled the whole situation last year? I mean, this is isn't it kind of awkward situation going on over there, or not at all?
I mean, some would say it's definitely awkward. I mean, you trade 3 first-round picks for a quarterback. Like, there's writing on the wall. Like, it is what it is. It's the NFL. It's a profession. Everyone's trying to bring in younger, better, cheaper players. And then that's just the way the league is. And so there is an awkwardness to it, I guess. But at the end of the day, we're all here on the same team and we're trying to win Super Bowl. So it's the lucky thing that we have here at the Niners is I feel like we have a fantastic culture of guys that just want to get better every day, and we love everybody in our locker room. So, Jimmy G could have been a dick and said, it's not my job, not my responsibility to take care of this guy and put him under my wing. But instead what he did is he was professional every single day. He didn't complain one time. He showed up, he worked, he started, he got us to an NFC Championship game and helped Trey along the way. And so I thought Trey took a bunch of steps forward. And for Trey to become a really good quarterback in the NFL, he needs reps. And so once this kid gets a lot of reps, just watch out, because some of the things I've seen him do in practice kind of mind-boggling me, so I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, he's considered great athlete, right? Because obviously Aaron waited behind Brett Favre for 3 years, right? And I wish, and I've said this publicly a lot, and I'm sure the Luck family doesn't like this, I wish Andrew Luck would have sat behind Peyton for 1 year. Like, I wish Andrew Luck would have sat behind Peyton for 1 year to see how he operates in the building, how you operate with equipment managers, training, like everything like that. Trey getting an opportunity to watch Jimmy G do this, who's from the Tom Brady mentor camp or whatever. Did he make leaps? Like, did you see leaps and bounds as him as a player, as a football, as an NFL guy? Or is it just like a consistent growth with him and he's kind of just chill?
Both. I think it's consistently gotten better, but you could see, Jimmy G is a professional through and through. Jimmy G takes notes every single meeting. He asks questions every meeting. He's in his books. And I think once Trey saw that, he was like, oh, I need to do all that and more. And it's also, too, we have a great quarterback room. We got Nate Sudfeld in there, who's also he's got a nice little silly release. I like him a lot, too. He's great for Trey, too, because he's a people person. He helps Trey with the offense, and he did a great job helping him all year, too. So Trey has taken, in my opinion, big steps forward. Like, if you compare him to last year's OTAs, I think he's two different players. And that's just exciting to see. Now, if Trey Lance was the starting quarterback, and if I say if, because I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, not your decision. Not your decision.
Yeah, thank God it's not my decision. It's all you, Kyle. You got this. I believe in you. But all reps. And, if there's growing pains, there's growing pains. I think we have a good enough team around him, from Trent Williams and Nick Bosa to Fred Warner to George Ayuk to Brent to Debo Samuel. We have enough guys around him to help him out through those growing pains. And so if it happens, it is what it is. And hey, you know what? If at the end of the day we have to run the ball 35 times, count me in, baby.
Yeah, you love that, huh? Just fucking mauling people.
Oh, hell yeah.
Was that last season where you threw a guy and then continued to run, or was that 2 seasons ago? I don't remember. It's kind of all getting tracked. You're an absolute savage, though. Huh?
It happens every season.
Welcome back to the show. Oh, no.
60.
Ty stinks.
What happened?
Ty.
Yeah.
We just got a chance to show you playing a game there.
Mm-hmm.
Plugged in your phone. Shout out to ZD, baby.
Got a baby Z.
6,800.
Yeah.
I would have beat you right there.
My God.
Yeah, you would have, but guess who didn't beat me?
Who?
The guy who I was playing.
Oh, or lady. Jesus, pretty sexist.
No, his
Good
day.
Lord.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it could be. But nonetheless.
Hey.
That was my worst game ever, and I still won by about 1,700 points.
Hey, everything's turning up bases for Ty Schmidt right now.
I guess you could say that.
Isn't
you
it?
could say that.
Ty Schmidt has a beautiful family.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous
family.
New daughter.
Uh-huh. Truly.
And yesterday, one of the greatest moments I've ever been lucky enough to be a part of as an impersonation that you've been mastering. And people probably been saying, oh, shut up, enough with that, since 6th grade.
Mm-hmm. Give or take, yeah.
Came in full display. I think it was at 850,000 views just on the video on Twitter as of this morning. I thank you, sir.
Hey,
Way to go, Ty.
Thank you, guys.
Great day yesterday.
It was a good day.
Big pops. I watched that thing 5 times last night.
I watched at least 4.
Yeah, Darius came in this morning, and as we walked over to Quills, had a quick Quills trip, he said, I watched that Lou Holtz, Brian Kelly, Ty Schmidt thing 4 times last night. And I said, D-Butt, me 5 or 6 as well. That sad oos on the beach.
That was
just
great.
Where the fuck? Imagine if Lou Holtz actually said all those things, and that's why it's so good.
Yeah.
And that's why we appreciate you.
I wonder how many times Brian Kelly watched it.
So that's the interesting thing. Brian Kelly has followed me on Twitter.
Here we go, Brian.
In the last 24 hours. I don't know what that means.
Shout out.
I'm part of his Twitter
family.
That's great news. The waiver wire is cooking right now. I believe there was some reporter that put out a tweet that has all of the photos of the waiver wire pickups
Ian's
and
got a good one
transfers.
out there.
A lot of young guys. Okay, not just the order, but people that are actually getting signed right now. A lot of young guys kind of moving. And this is teams that weren't able to draft or sign a player who were interested in a player before a draft. They get released from their team and they're like, fuck, let's bring him. Let's see if what we liked from scouting them in college really ends up paying off. So the Arizona Cardinals have picked up a DB from Utah. Do you know who that guy is right there,
I do not.
Javelin Guidry?
Nope.
You don't know who that is? No. Wow.
Jeez, D-Bud.
Wow, D-Bud.
Everything DB.
Wow, what's that all about?
Yeah, he's
Everything
DB.
DB except for
That guy.
Javelin Guidry.
Except for college
There
guys.
is a name on that list, a bigger name on that list.
Go ahead, Tone.
Alex Leatherwood, who got released from Las Vegas, got picked up by the Bears along with 80 other people because their roster stinks.
The Chicago Bears, who are in the middle of a new coach, new regime, new everything. They pick up somebody from Philadelphia, from Buffalo, Mr. Leatherwood from Vegas. They pick up a player, nose tackle from Minnesota, a linebacker from Indianapolis, Sterling Weatherford. That kid, I played high school with him, man.
Yeah.
That's what, that's a fucking Mitt always says about that guy. Wore number 55, I believe, for us. Made a lot of plays. He's a local
He's
kid.
got the long arms.
Yeah, local kid here in Indianapolis. Plays hard. Hey, he plays hard.
Damn hard.
And then they picked up a guy from the New York Jets. The Bears trying to really do some roster reconfiguration.
They need it.
Good for them. Maybe they're able to win some games there.
Yeah, maybe.
The draft order is the same order as the waiver wire order is the same order as the draft order from this past April or whatever. So obviously we know what that means. Jacksonville's at the top of the line.
That's right.
And Jacksonville, the team that beat the Colts last year and knocked them out of the playoffs, have the first taste at the apple, first bite at the apple for all these waivers. How do you feel about it, D-Buck? Because a lot of older guys are getting cut, and it's because of contract reasons, salary cap reasons, and money reasons. A lot of these younger guys getting cut, trying to maybe they didn't make the fit, maybe there was a numbers game. Who do you think this would be something that you would take advantage of if you were a GM? Is this something you would want to do right now, or do you want to see the team that you have when it really matters? That's where I'm struggling at right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something you take advantage of. You got to. And I was a part of this. After my second year in New England, I got cut and then got claimed by like a few teams, but the Panthers, since they stunk the year before, they had the first pick.
They told you all the teams that claimed you?
Yeah, my agent did. It was like 5 teams, I think. But I actually found out on Twitter before my agent even told me that the Panthers claimed me. And it's usually, you make an impression on these general managers either at the combine, pro day, something. They don't forget. Even when I got signed by Griggs in the Indy, he told me something that he saw at my pro day when he was a scout for the Eagles. So you make an impression on these guys, whether it's on the field, off the field, interacting with them. So it's a message, I guess, for the young guys. Always take those interactions into account.
D-Butt had 5, obviously, but all you need is one more.
Oh, yeah.
All you need is one more team that's interested, one more person that's in a position of power to be interested, get another shot. Now you got to take advantage of it. Vested vets do not have to go through the waiver wire. They are allowed to choose where they want to go. O.J. Howard allegedly going to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
He was taking a visit immediately upon being cut by Buffalo. All indications were he was probably going to sign with them. Who knows if he actually did? But congrats to fucking O.J. Howard.
That's awesome. Come on, O.J., you got to figure it out, baby.
He goes from Tampa, wins the Super Bowl, to Buffalo, Super Bowl favorites, gets released, which surprised us all. Now he's on a visit with Cincinnati Bengals. I assume they're like, we lost Uzama. Maybe pick up another tight end in the room, give Joey Burrow another weapon.
I saw that he was in for a visit today. I didn't see if he was signed or not yet, but I did see that the Bengals also picked up a tight end off the waiver wire, old Patriots, Devin Ossie. So I don't know if that has anything to do with OJ or not.
Definitely nailed it on the name there. You're a fucking wordsmith, pal, and we appreciate you for that. So obviously the loss of Uzama is a lot bigger than they could have imagined, just trying to keep all doors open.
They also brought in, what's his name from the Falcons?
Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst, yes.
He started in Baltimore.
Yeah, former first-round pick.
Player, yeah.
God, how about that, D-Butt?
I like Hurst.
Yeah, he could throw like 100 miles an hour.
Hurst? Didn't know.
Just for some reason, his brain wouldn't let him throw a strike. That's
real.
actually happening.
Yeah, no, it's real.
That actually gets drafted.
Very high draft
does
pick,
all
I think.
majors thing. Gas. We're talking fucking gas. He used to be able to pitch.
Can't keep it in there.
For some reason, something happened in his life where once he got to the big show, just fucking couldn't find the box. Throwing fast outside of it just by that much is a mental block. Goes into football and becomes a fucking dude.
Yeah. Ended up being a first-round pick.
Love him. Could you imagine?
He got drafted before Lamar, right? In the same draft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Lamar, thank you for bringing that up. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens in a interesting situation. A couple weeks ago, we had chatted with Ian Rappaport about how it all has gone down and will go down. And remember, Deshaun Watson, before the allegations came out, said, I'm not playing for the Houston Texans anymore. Get me out of here. This was after he had already been paid by the Houston Texans. So he causes quite a stink, quite a thing. No big deal. I'm getting out of here. Then all the allegations come. Houston has a full turnover. He's now on the market somehow, still under contract with the Houston Texans. But he all of a sudden has a market of 2, 3, 4, however many teams, and the tab gets run up. He ends up with $230 million guaranteed. We don't have to harp on it anymore. That is out there. That's real. That's why the conversation was what it was when all the allegations came, because it's like, goddamn, this is a market-changing, a game-changing contract that we've never seen before, that we will assume other quarterbacks who have accomplished more will be expecting the same thing. And with that, there is a lot of those guys cooking. Then you think about Kyler Murray. Obviously, he deleted all the Arizona Cardinals shit off of his thing. His agent, Eric Burkhart, put out a public letter saying, you guys need to fucking pay my guy. It got ugly there. It was not good. But he had a market, I guess, or a potential threat, so he gets a deal done. We were talking to Ian Rappaport, and we're like, listen, Lamar Jackson, who's already won the MVP, has won a playoff game. Last year, they stunk, but let's assume they're going to get better because they had like 6 running backs on the Schneid last year, and they're a big running back team. Let's assume he bounces back this year and is going to go on to do Lamar Jackson things, and he's only going to get better and better and better. His accomplishments on a football field, no offense to Deshaun Watson, who might have better stats and rankings by other people, far outweighs what Deshaun Watson's ever done. And off the field, he's beloved by everybody. So Lamar Jackson is representing himself as potentially saying, hey, this motherfucker in the division just got paid this amount of money. The business is the market. The market now says this is what a quarterback gets. I'm better than that quarterback. He's in your division. I would like $1 more guaranteed. Lamar Jackson, by the way, in the right to say that. It is not Lamar Jackson's fault that Jimmy Haslam paid this fucking money. It is not Lamar Jackson's fault that he happens to have accomplished more on the field. But now, Ian Rappaport told us, well, the market's just not the same for Lamar. So I said immediately upon Ian saying that, so if Lamar was a fucking asshole here and said, I'm not playing, and said, I'm getting traded, and kind of raised the alarm to the rest of the NFL to come try and get him and make some plays to get him, and then a new deal would be done with that new team that was able to pay $231 million guaranteed. He'd be able to do that. And he goes, yeah, but Lamar's always done things the right way, blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, he's getting fucked because he has done things the right way. He's beloved in Baltimore. He has not raised in any type of stink or said, I don't want to play here if I don't get a deal done. He's shown up at training camp. He's practiced. He's done it all. He put on another 20 pounds of muscle, but he doesn't have that same free agent-like market that Deshaun had while he was under contract, with more allegations in the history than the NFL has ever seen, I think. Now, granted, there's different crimes that have been done. There's a murderer that played, alleged murderer.
Right. Sure.
No, convicted murderer that played up in New England. There's other charges, but this was the biggest. So now we're starting to see a little bit of a taste of Lamar Jackson maybe is saying, hey, shit ain't sweet. And that is coming through social media. Now, we have to remember that Lamar has been quoted on Twitter as saying, this shit ain't real on Twitter. He said, I need to stay off Twitter because this shit ain't real and people taking it too serious, because he is a top 5 follow on all of Twitter. Gray FGC at Brazy Ho says, so Lamar Jackson is league MVP and he still hasn't broken the bank? Ravens, you're on the hot seat. Give that man 250 M's guaranteed before you write a check your ass can't cash. William at McCollum 20. Bill McCollum says he want more. They already offered that with a face. Lamar Jackson tweets, no, they didn't. Okay, so he's answering fucking Bill McCollum saying, hey, I don't know what rumors are out there, and I'm the person doing the negotiation, because normally agents will leak what is being offered, or a team will leak what's being offered. The team will leak what's being offered to paint a narrative that, hey, we've tried everything we can to keep this player. The agent will leak a number that's offered to try to drive up interest elsewhere or make themselves look good. In this case, it's Lamar and his mom representing, so the only information we're going to get from his side, or any narrative that's going to get painted, is from his side is via tweets to fucking Bill McCollum.
Yeah.
Saying no, they didn't. He would go on to say more on Twitter. Bumpers Elite, which obviously you got to have respect for.
Yeah, he's a gamer.
Says, as much as I love Lamar, a fully guaranteed deal is just bad business. Just because a horrible franchise, the Cleveland Browns, did horrible business, Tone says that's correct, giving Watson that contract doesn't mean other teams should follow. Honestly, I'm hoping Lamar Jackson gets a 10-year, $500 million deal, okay? Think he would take that if that was offered and guaranteed. But Lamar follows up and says, you don't love Lamar, dude. You don't love Lamar. Because the market is the market. The way business is being done is the way business is being done. The Cleveland Browns changed the way it's being done for high-end quarterbacks. Now, Kyler Murray, who hasn't accomplished anything near what Lamar Jackson has already accomplished, he had a different deal with his guarantee being much lower. Now, everybody's saying that's going to be the new procedure. Lamar's like, not so fast, especially if you already won a motherfucking MVP. He also liked the tweet of him in a Miami Dolphins uniform.
Yeah.
And he's watching everything that's going down in Miami, which he's from South Florida, and the only conversation is Tua going to be able to handle this offense? Lamar's seeing it going, that's a fucking good question. That is a good question. So the Lamar situation seems to be bubbling a little bit. And the only reason why it's bubbling is because we're getting a little bit of information from somebody that isn't directly correlated with the Baltimore Ravens, who every insider is getting their information from. No offense to Rappaport or anybody else. Yep. But this is now Lamar kind of talking about it. I think he has $110 million coming to him over the next 3 years.
Yes.
With his contract currently, and then 2 franchise tags, like $111 or $113 million already guaranteed over the next 3 years. So unless they come with something that is vastly more than that, I don't think Lamar Jackson's coming close to signing that contract.
Yeah, it can't be close. They got to blow that out of the water. You got how many? 6, 7 quarterbacks making over 40 million this year? I mean, you got to do business as business is being done. That's a Belichick-ism, and has them change the game with this 230. Kyler went and got his, and this isn't new. Quarterbacks have always been getting paid based on, projection and what they've done. Stafford was the highest paid quarterback in the league a long time before he started having, success in the playoffs. So I don't know what Baltimore is waiting for. And
what are they selling?
I'm glad Lamar cleared that up, though. No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
No sources.
Hey, Bill McCollum. Yeah. No, they didn't.
Liar.
I wish the person would have tweeted $230 million guaranteed instead of $250 million guaranteed. We know they're not offering $250 million guaranteed.
But if they offered $230 million, I assume he would sign that.
Definitely. Fully guaranteed. And the franchise tag might go up too, so it might be even more than $110 million because if Herbert or Burrow gets paid,
the salary cap also might go up
and
too.
Then the franchise tag is going to go because like Debo just said, the top 5-6 guys are all 45 plus, right? Josh Allen.
That's with signing bonuses included, though.
Yeah.
The franchise tag is just top 5 salary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not the bonuses involved. So it's just yearly salary top 5 average, I believe, if it's still the same as it was in the previous CBA. Because when I got franchise tagged, it's pretty funny how what I looked up online, what everybody's top 5 salaries was versus what they actually were. They're like, well, what you see is that's accounting for the bonuses also being added into the annual. This is just salary, just hard salary top 5, because that's all you're really signing, because there's no signing bonus for a franchise tag being signed or whatever. It's like, so I'm getting fucked, but still a millionaire, so I will sign the shit out of that thing before I head to Canada for Nick's little brother's birthday, turning 19. Hell yeah, what a night, what a weekend that was.
If I'm reading these right, I believe Lamar, if he doesn't do anything with his contract going into this year, he'll be the 43rd highest paid quarterback in the league.
Whoa.
Wow.
What?
Can't have it.
At, what's he making?
They're trying.
I think 23 on his 5th year.
2.3 million.
Whoa.
Or no, that's average per year. That's on me.
Okay.
That's what everybody's saying, though. They're
I
trying.
Well,
They're trying to get a deal done. They just,
I knew I couldn't be reading.
They don't know how it's going to work or whatever. And Lamar does everything right. That was the wording. Right. Well, what's right? Right by whose standards? Right by whose book? Because if you do things wrong, it feels like business-wise you get rewarded. In the long term, is that right or is that wrong? That's what you're forced to kind of start asking whenever you see situations unfold for somebody in an incredibly unfair fashion that's doing things right. It's kind of like... But life isn't fair, too. We have to fucking realize that. Situations are situational. But fucking, I feel like Lamar's a guy. You lose him in Baltimore, you're going to lose a lot of fans.
Oh, yeah.
I think fans, business-wise, are going to take quite a hit. Not just games, but games, of course. You lose an anomaly on a football field, your team's going to look vastly different. Now, Huntley has gone in there and done good, been able to win games, but let's see how the whole season is of that guy with defense coordinators being able to potentially see him. Not that Huntley isn't a guy. I love Huntley. Would love him on the Colts, whatever the case. But Lamar, you lose him, you lose a lot, not just on the football field.
Well, and at this point, it's like the line's been drawn in the sand. Like the Ravens know probably exactly what they would need to do to get this done and just kind of put it behind them. And they keep saying like, hey, we want Lamar to be a Raven forever. It's like, well, you know exactly what you need to do to make that happen. Yep. So at this point, it's kind of just all posturing if you're not going to do it.
Correction. I was looking at the average per year number, and he's made less than basically $2 million every single year. He's making 23 this year.
So hey, here we go. So you're gonna have to come with a real number. He's getting $23 million this year. He's getting a franchise tag next year. Then he's getting a franchise tag plus 20% or whatever.
Price only going up, man. And he probably got some type of insurance to where if he does get hurt this year or something, he'll still get paid on what he would project to make on his next contract. But
that Lloyd's of London shit's all big fraud. No offense, Lloyd's of London, but all insurance is fraud.
Took a lot of my money.
They took mine too.
Yeah.
I would have had to get my legs sawed off on a football field. But I was 24 or whatever. Like, I'll go to Lloyd's of London.
Well, it could happen.
How is it? Well, it cost me fucking $50,000, and I am never going to see that money. And then there was a couple of days where I was like, so what would I have to do today to get that $20 million? I would have to run full speed into that jugs machine. I think my leg would have to get snapped off.
Sucked into it.
So I could not punt a ball for at least, I think, like 24 months or something like that. And it's like, what would have to happen? Oh, nothing. Oh, I just wasted $50,000. Yeah. Oh, now I'm more broke than. Okay, good.
Son of a bitch.
I love the way being rich works all of a sudden. This is great. Joining us now out of an attic in Ohio. Can't wait to get his take on this whole thing. Ladies and gentlemen, the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. Had 31 tackles twice in a high school football game for the Centerville Elks in Ohio.
What?
Ohio, top 7 high school football state.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hall.
Yay!
What's up, AJ?
What's up? Yeah, top 7. Okay, we'll take that.
Okay.
A lot of good areas of Ohio that have good high school football. So top 7 is not too bad with 50 states.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Definitely.
I love hearing that. Florida, 4 or 5, I think, if you really start doing.
I forgot about Louisiana too. Louisiana's up there. Top 5.
Louisiana,
They got some dogs.
Florida, California, Texas,
Georgia.
Pennsylvania, Georgia,
Massachusetts.
Iowa. Jersey.
A lot of NFL linemen.
Yeah, Jersey's a sleeper.
Oh, yeah.
Dogs from out of Jersey.
Fucking John Bosco. Whatever the hell it is.
Don Bosco.
There it is.
All right. Anyways, AJ, your thoughts on this Lamar Jackson situation? This is the first time we've heard him basically do or seen him do anything about his contract. He answered Bill McCollum. He also answered Tommy Sticks.
Bumpers
Elite.
Bumpers Elites. He answered them, say, you don't love Lamar, dude. As much as I love Lamar, a fully guaranteed deal is just bad business. You don't love Lamar. So he does want a fully guaranteed deal. It's pretty obvious. They did not offer him 250 M's. Does that mean they didn't offer him 230 M's guaranteed as well? We shall see. And then him liking the Dolphins photo. What's that all about, AJ?
Smart negotiating on his side. But yeah, I just wonder what is going on. Like, what's going on behind the scenes? How much are they talking, and what have they offered? Like, what do you think the guaranteed number that they have thrown his way? What do you think that is right now?
They said it's a little bit more than Kyler's. What was he, 160?
160, yep.
160.
So they're saying we're not doing it. We're not going to guarantee a contract like Deshaun.
Yeah, we are not. That is not the market.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, the market is Kyler market. What they did was desperate or whatever. And Lamar and his side, whoever he has talking with him, for him, at him, whatever the case is like, no, that's not our fault. Because if he was to become a free agent, which would be fucking 3 years from now, which is a long time.
Yeah.
But if he was to become a free agent, owners that have a lot of money would be like, hey, we got no problem with that. Why don't you come on in here? And that's the game that's being played right now between the difference of wealth in ownership and the difference of ability of going cash over cap and moving money around the salary cap to kind of play the games a little bit. It's interesting. And Lamar's just kind of sitting here right in the middle of all of it and going to be a great indicator of what the future looks like when it comes to these contracts.
Well, we talked about it with Kyler Murray. Like, they ended up paying him because they basically didn't have a choice. It's like, hey, if you lose him, you're kind of going all in right now, so to speak. If you lose him, you're basically saying all the guys, all the veterans you've went and paid for in the last couple of years, like, you don't care about that anymore. Like, Lamar, I mean, whatever you want to say, if he goes somewhere else, like there will be several teams that will pay him what he's looking for. And we just talked about it. Like Baltimore is not the same team without Lamar. Like he is that team. He is that franchise right now. It just makes no sense that they wouldn't give him what they need to get this done.
Can you call Gumpy back there? So obviously Stephen Ross was definitely tampering, potentially going to give up part of his team, okay, which is worth hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, no matter how small the percentage is that he was potentially going to give up to Tom Brady and Sean Payton, allegedly. I mean, we'll learn more as the years go on, or we'll never hear about it again. And they'll just bury it and act like it didn't take place, like a lot of other stuff that's currently happening.
Yeah. Huh.
What?
It's weird.
What?
What are you talking about?
But I think Stephen Ross, no offense Tua, I think Stephen Ross, if he knew an icon like Lamar wanted to come back to Miami, and let's just say, hypothetical right now, Lamar was available. Stephen Ross would fucking go, hey, here you go.
I'll give you $300
Welcome back to the goddamn South Florida. Welcome to the squad. Joining us now, noted Dolphins fan, a man who, has really suffered the torment of cheering on the Finns. He's from the top left part of Canada, has somehow found his fanhood in the bottom right of America with the Dolphins.
Damn right.
A friend of the show, family member of the show, coming back to America soon with the help of all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, Gumpy. Hey, Gump.
What's up, brother?
Listen, I don't want to do it. We miss you. You look good. Let's get past all those things.
Pleasantries.
Yeah. You look amazing. I don't want to do this again because Tua has had to deal with this enough. Literally every year, Tua gets no shot. He gets buried. They get benched in 2-minute drills. I mean, Tua has not had a fair shake at this whole thing. So Tua, earmuffs.
He'll have one this year. He'll have a fair shake this year.
He will, unless I do what I'm about to do right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Gumpy, if you guys could get Lamar, you would in a heartbeat, right?
Have to.
Yeah. See, that's exactly. This is what Dolphins.
You have to, and I hate to say it, but you have to be honest. Lamar Jackson right now with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, all those running backs. Yes.
But you're happy with Tua.
I love Tua.
Me too. I love Tua too. But if he keeps liking these jersey tweets, and Stephen Ross was going to give up a percentage of the fucking team at one point,
Looks good.
You'd assume he might get a little antsy tampering a little bit again.
Yeah.
And Miami would be fucking banana land.
Here's Hitman 1600. We don't know if this guy has any bodies or if he just would like to be a hitman. He tweeted, look, I get what you're saying, but remember when Tyron was still on the Chiefs liking Ravens photos? Man ended up with the Saints. Got to remember LJ from Florida. He probably grew up wishing to see himself in a Dolphins jersey like we wanted to see ourselves in a Ravens jersey. This was in response to people pointing out him liking the Dolphins jersey tweet. He goes, I grew up a Dallas fan, but Dolphins were second, no doubt. So he basically said to the Hitman 1600 here out of Baltimore, I get what you're saying, like I would just randomly like a tweet, but that was not the fucking case here. This is a lot out of Lamar. And Gumpy, I mean, Tua is sitting down there. How many more like tweets before you all are doing a full court press with that Fins fam community on Twitter for Lamar Jackson?
I mean, team's ready to go. Like, I don't know, man. It's not going to happen this year, right? So Tua gets this year. And if he doesn't play up to snuff, then fucking trade everything for Lamar.
All right. Are the Fins fans going to be pissed at you for saying this? Or going to be like, oh, we like Tua. We love Tua. This is Tua's year.
Fins fans are always pissed at everybody. They're just as mad at me when I'm fucking the only guy talking good about the Dolphins as anybody else. They're always mad. I don't understand.
There's a chance you end up on Cuck Mountain for what you just said. That's right. I've been on there. It's not a fun place. That Dolphins fan base is awesome and legendary. And Tua does not deserve, this conversation to take place. But it's just a realistic, point of view when you're talking about the NFL and you're talking about the biggest league on earth and the quarterback position.
Yeah.
If you asked anybody that knows anything about football, who would you take, Lamar Jackson or Tua? Let's be honest. Come on.
Imagine Lamar extending the play, too. What's that mean for Tyreek Hill in the back? God. You guys are fucking cooked.
No chance.
Every secondary is cooked.
No chance. That's tough.
Waddle, too.
Yeah.
Waddle's got
I'm
burned
worried
as
about
well.
Waddle. Waddle hasn't practiced in 3 weeks. He's in a full leg sleeve.
Yeah, that's because he did this on. He was wearing Hokas, and he fucking.
He came in with an ankle injury too.
Yeah,
I
something's
think.
been around the whole camp.
He'll be
Yeah,
all
3
right.
weeks since he's practiced. Axe hasn't practiced. Byron Jones is on the pup list. I mean, we are limping into week 1, my friend.
Oh no, Tua's got no chance.
Love it.
Tua's got no chance. He's got Lamar liking tweets. He's got everybody hurt. This is another year where Tua is unfairly going to have zero shot at being an NFL quarterback.
This could be a long play for Lamar. It's like, hey, let's temper the expectations here. Let's go 6 and Tua. We love you. We got to go 6-11 this year so we can get rid of you and get Lamar.
High draft
Stephen
pick.
Ross is cooking up lies again.
It's possible.
Hey, 100,000 per loss. You
Hey,
think that's...
what do you say? What do you say?
All right, thank you, Gumpy. You're the best, buddy. Go Fins. Go Fins. Fins up. Fins up. Let's talk about some news happening around the league right now. Did you watch Hard Knocks last night, AJ?
I did see it. Yeah, what'd you think? You guys excited?
I don't think anything's being talked about it today. So I think it was a good episode, but I don't, there's no moments that anybody's really going bananas.
Excited for it to be over.
MCDC had his coffee, chugged his coffee. It was a little big brother look there.
Yeah.
Into him getting ready for practice.
We finally got some golf. I loved that. Golf looked confident. It looked good.
He's got the fucking loosest.
Yeah.
Best man for
Always.
sweating today. I saw Super Bowl golf there. I don't know about you guys.
They said he's throwing the ball really well.
Yeah.
Brunel said this motherfucker's playing. Did you watch Hard Knocks at all last night, D-Butt?
I didn't. I saw a little clip, probably a few minutes. I just saw Blau getting destroyed.
He did get
Like, just destroyed.
Well, funny thing about Blau is he got plowed off the roster, too.
Yeah, thank God.
They have no backup quarterbacks currently on the roster unless they re-sign them.
They
We
signed
signed
Nate
Sudfeld.
Sudfeld.
Signed.
So how do you go all preseason with those two guys, cut them, and then sign Sudfeld? I actually, that's a
'Cause it-
legitimate question. Like,
Feld's a
what-
ball player.
He's
Man.
gritty. Yeah.
He's in Philly, man.
because it doesn't matter if Goff gets hurt, you're done anyway.
I
so
agree with that, but I just thought it was interesting.
So you think they're thinking like, hey, Brunel, you'll play.
Maybe
Yeah.
that'd be
Golf
sweet.
goes
Or Randall
down.
L. He's a good quarterback.
That'd be sweet.
Randall L.
Randall L could play quarterback.
It did seem like a little. Randall has a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Go Wildcat.
It did seem they were very transparent about the whole cutting process, and I enjoyed hearing that.
Yeah.
When I saw like Craig Reynolds, I assume he watched last night. His family watched last night. His friends watched last night, and were like, "We done good with this fucking guy." Because you heard every coach, offensive line coach, running back coach, fucking head coach, special teams coach, is like, "Hey, this guy, if we cut him, there's going to be people pissed in all this room." Craig Reynolds should be feeling very fucking good about himself, but listening to them talk like humans was also cool. You know, AJ?
Oh, super cool because how many times have I said, like, I want to be in on those staff meetings, especially when they're making personnel decisions, making very tough decisions. You can tell it's cool to see that they are human, right? Like, a lot of times you assume they're not human and they're just saying, oh, who cares? Yeah, get rid of him. See ya. Like, it's cool to see that they are humans, which ultimately they all are.
Darius, not all of them. I mean, there's some fucking robots up there.
Definitely.
I think the thing I enjoyed was when they were talking about Craig Reynolds, and I assume they carried on to more conversations that weren't put into Hard Knocks. They were like, what type of team are we trying to build here? Like, I enjoy that. Like, they were thinking, like, if we...
Culture. They're talking. That's like legit culture building right there. I know that word is thrown around way too much, but I mean, that's what they're trying to do.
Well, people that have never played before say culture means you win, bad culture means you lose. It's like, well, yeah, I guess, but it's a little fucking deeper than that entire thing. But that type of thought, I think, should be put into place more. But if you don't win games, nobody gives a fuck whether or not the guy is right for the squad or not, right?
You heard Chuck. Yeah, Chuck kept going every time he's on the show. It's like, yeah, that's cool, but you got to win. So it all comes down to winning. Culture is obviously important when it comes to winning, having the right guys. And you got to get lucky, too. You got to stay healthy. A lot of things got to go right for you to win ball games in the National Football League.
How quickly can you realize if a guy's turd or not? You think whenever he comes in, player? How quickly can a player know? And how hard do you think it is for an evaluator who maybe isn't in a room every single day with somebody?
Oh man, I think it's really tough for evaluators because they're not in that locker room. You know what I mean? The players, I think it's a little easier for the players, but sometimes you see a guy, flip a switch. Maybe got to eat some humble pie. And I feel like the later I got on in my career, more guys came in maybe a little more entitled. And you just got to get humbled by that locker room. But it's harder for the general managers and those guys to know that. That's why I think they should lean on maybe some vets a little more, ask more questions, get better insight on a guy.
That's why I enjoyed hearing them say, like, hey, what type of team are we trying to build here? Because it's like they are taking into account, like, the locker room there. And it's because they're all ex-players, so they get it, AJ.
Yeah, they know you bring in, or you leave, or you bring in one or two turds. It has a trickle-down effect on the rest of that locker room really quick.
Hey, like this.
Especially if they're like high paid, you know what I mean? Because that dynamic is, it's not like college. If you bring in a guy that's getting, 13, 14 a year, they're probably going to get rid of coaches or something before that guy. So that's really, really important.
And if they're influential, if they're liked, if they're allowed, if they have like young guys looking up to them, like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to act.
Yeah.
It's like you can see how one person literally becomes 6 or 7, and then it's like your team's fucking done. And it doesn't matter till it matters. It'll show up when it shows up, and that's such a cliche. But it's real.
But it does show up.
Yes.
Like I understood that not as a younger player really, but as I got older, I definitely understood how we say all the time, like how you do anything is how you do everything. Like the little things that you think are stupid and don't mean anything, those absolutely add up. And then all of a sudden you lose a game and you're like, oh my gosh, then your coach is yelling, you didn't have your right shoe tied in Thursday's practice.
Steve Jobs has a quote, and I forget the exacts, but it's like, you can't predict what the future is going to be, but you can look back and see why you got to where you were. Like you can never look forward and be like, oh, this is going to lead to this, which is going to lead to this. But you can always look back and say, if I didn't do this, this wouldn't have happened, and this. Like, it's a pretty good reflective quote about life. And I think when something happens in a game, everybody on the team, and I think fans even do it, they don't know as much, but everybody on the team goes, how'd this happen? And it's like, oh yeah, this fucking guy did this week 3 training camp. Remember, this fucking guy did this, the guy did this, the guy did that, and it's like the writing was on the wall. That
can't trust him. Can't play with him. Can't have him out there.
And at the time, you're like, he'll fuck. Hey, listen, can't do that. Obviously, let's keep it moving. And then something else happens, and then in the biggest moment of the fucking year, it always seems to be, something will happen, and we're like, well, how do we know this is going to happen? Oh, we fucking did, actually.
Night football, Patriots, fake punt.
Boom.
I knew that shit was dead from Wednesday. No chance. No fucking chance.
I don't know why we snapped that ball.
Yeah, that was foolish.
That was tough.
Yeah. It's a cool play, though. It lives on.
Forever.
Yeah. And there's only one name on the screen, right across the bottom, Pat McAfee. I was averaging 49 yards a punt, though, that night. So.
Pretty good season. That pops up, too.
It was that night. It was pretty good. Pretty good.
Did they cheat us out of a onside recovery that game, too?
Yes. Yeah, we got one to the left.
Yep. Was it Moncrief?
Yep. And then they...
Conte.
We had it, though. They say our ball.
Yeah.
And then in pile... ripped out other way. That would have been the 5th, I think, onside kick of the year for me and us.
Don't try to fake against the Patriots.
Well, we weren't. We were trying to fucking just steal 5 yards.
But if it was somebody else, another team, another less disciplined team, you probably could have taken advantage and it would have worked.
All right. I mean, ifs and buts.
Yeah, well,
that's
right. Thank God for the butt fumble.
Ifs or fifths.
What's the end of it?
We all be drunk. Exactly. Speaking of being drunk, let's get drunk off the beat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to feel the beat. AJ doesn't feel like you're feeling the beat, which is a damn shame because joining us now is a Feel the Beat regular. And there is storylines coming out of the team that she covers in such beautiful fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, Panthers beat writer, also reporter for 1340 AM Fox Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheena Quick.
Yeah!
What's up?
Hey!
Thank you for making time for us today. We had to finish a conversation there about turds in the locker room. Obviously, we hope that there is none in the Panthers locker room. Let's talk about it. Baker Mayfield, outright leader of that team. Does it feel like that's what's going on in Carolina, Sheena?
It does, and it's funny that I came in on the back end of that conversation you guys were having because that was really my only hang-up with Baker coming to Carolina. I don't know if you guys remember Cam Newton's exit interview last season. He said that he didn't feel like the guys had bought into Matt Rule's process. And so that's why I thought that might be like a little sticky situation bringing Baker into that locker room. But it's almost like the events of the offseason have humbled him a bit. He's leading by example. You know, he has little quips back and forth between him and his teammates, but he's not really providing any bulletin board material despite what we saw yesterday. I think he's done a good job of just trying to humble himself.
That wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault. That's why it sucks, because I feel like he's on a redemption tour, not just on the field, but reputation-wise, and that really was a blow to the progress I feel like he's made in the short time he's been in Carolina.
Yeah. Have you been able to see how he's been interacting with Matt Rule? And I know the offensive coordinator, Ben McAdoo, there. Like, does he seem to have a good rapport with those guys?
Everybody talks about him in very glowing terms. They're like, he's the first person in the building. What he's been able to do in such a short time with picking up that offense has been just incredible. Nothing but good words coming from the coaching staff when it comes to Baker Mayfield, which is why it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that he was going to be QB1. I'm not really sure why the delay and all of that. But
well, that's what you said.
Had nothing but good things to say.
That's what you said like 4 or 5 days before they named him the starter outright. You said anybody with eyes knows that Baker Mayfield has beat Sam Darnold, and it feels like everybody has felt that way. Sam Darnold now making $18 million to potentially be a backup. Darius, your question for Sheena.
Yeah, I know you got boots on the ground, but what's like some examples of the difference, like the energy with Baker out there, and how does C-Mac look? Does he look like 100% back, that guy? Because it's been some years since we've seen that.
Well, he always looks like he's 100% back, that guy, in the offseason. It just depends on how they're going to manage that workload. And I do think that the guys have bought in. Like I said, I know y'all tired of hearing that term. It's kind of cliche. But they feel like they can win. And that's a big difference from the last 2 seasons here in Carolina. Like, there's hope in a fan base. There's hope with the guys in the locker room. You see them like laughing and joking off to the side of each other's press conferences. And Baker brings another dimension. I know he was in limited action last Friday, and it was the Bills' second team defense. I get that. They sat all of their starters, but you got to see him go through his progression, his reads. You saw him scramble and not throw the ball away. And if he can do that consistently, you're looking at a much different team that might match the past 2 seasons win total this season alone.
Christian McCaffrey, obviously a guy, and that's who we're talking about. There was allegedly a report, and it probably came from you, that they're trying to change the way he plays or something like that. Have you seen anything or any drills or any conversations like, hey, Christian, don't try to kill yourself every play? Is that what they're saying? Like, how is that being managed, you think?
They're doing that through actions rather than words, from my perspective. Just like the pickup with Laviska Shenault, I don't think that they got him to be a down-the-field threat. He's way more efficient in run blocking. You saw them go out and spend that number 6 pick on Icky.
He's a weapon.
Oh, yeah. He's a dog.
Insurance.
He's a dog. He's a dog. You got the tight ends are focusing more on being blocking tight ends. You know, they had Chris Manhurst a couple seasons ago. He was one of the best blocking tight ends in the league. He has since gone on to another team in free agency. But I think that the Panthers' moves this offseason speak more to the testament of how they plan on managing his workload. They added Deontay Foreman. So you're not going to see Christian McCaffrey in on every single down, getting the ball, getting targeted more than wide receiver 1 and 2. You're not going to see that because they have more weapons and more ball distribution. So he'll be able to actually play within himself and not feel like he has the entire team on his back the way he has the last couple of seasons.
Speaking of,
what do you think it could do for this team if all of a sudden they come out here week 1, Baker comes out on fire like he always is, and they beat his old team? Then what kind of start would that be for this team? Or do you think the team's going to kind of rally around him?
Oh, the team's definitely going to rally around him, and it's a vibe setter. It's a tone setter. You know, I've always said if you look at some of the Panthers' losses, a lot of those came from 1 score or less, and that dates all the way back to Ron Rivera. So they have to reinstill a winning culture in this locker room, and getting that win week 1 against the Browns in Bank of America Stadium definitely sets the tone.
Well, we're going to see if they're going to fuck them up or not.
That's right.
Yeah, we're going to see if they're going to fuck them up. Sorry about it. Go ahead, Darius.
Speaking of those receivers, I've been hearing some talks about the Panthers taking calls on Robbie Anderson. Is any truth to that?
The team has had a couple of calls on Robbie and Terrace, but they have no desire to shop them right now. And the word I get from a league source very close to the situation is that neither one of those guys are going anywhere.
Gotcha.
They did pick 7 receivers, so another wide receiver might be dealt, but those 2 are safe.
Connor, your question for Sheena.
Yeah, Sheena, obviously we hope that Baker does well, but do you see a situation where, he might get injured and the Panthers might say, we have Sam Darnold, but also we could go get Jimmy G and he's the backup in San Fran? Could you see that happening possibly?
Listen, don't you put that evil on the Panthers, Ricky
Nope,
Bobby.
Why are you saying Baker?
I already wrote down that. Bet on the Panthers.
Sam's out, too,
Baker's already taken enough shit.
I'm pulling for Baker big time this year. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
They went from 4 quarterbacks to 2 in like the span of 7 days, and you're trying to get Baker out of the paint. So we're not even gonna entertain that thought. But I don't think Jimmy G is gonna end up in Carolina blue at all.
Sheena, how many wins?
Between 8 and 9. I'm sorry, not 8 or 9, 9 or 10. I'm saying 9 or 10 and 7.
How was Soul Food Sunday?
Soul Food Sunday was the bomb. Okay, I needed it. I hadn't had it in a while. My kids have to deal with crock pot meals on Sundays once the season starts, so I figured I would go ahead and get in the kitchen and whip something good up.
It looked delicious. We appreciate you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Sheena Clay. Yeah, I saw Darius is fucking.
Oh yeah,
seeing that it was good.
Shit looked good.
It did look delicious.
I've seen a lot of soul food in my life. Shit looked good.
You know, the soul food thing is so interesting because it's just like, hey, do you want the best tasting food of all time? Yeah. Do you want to gain 75 pounds today? Yeah, I think I do. Go ahead and give me that goddamn thing. The desserts too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a joint. There's a place here in Indy that's.
Yeah, KFC, right?
All right.
Come on. Show some respect.
All right, it's time to continue to feel the beat. I went to Chick-fil-A yesterday. Yeah, I got some good.
I got the mac and cheese.
Joining us now is a man who's been on the show before. A man who is obviously close to a team that has a lot going on. And by a lot going on, we mean who's going to be the quarterback long term? Who's going to be the quarterback this particular year? Who's going to be able to guide that locker room in a fashion that everybody will say, that's our fucking guy? It seems like a drama factory over there, but I assume Shanahan and Lynch are going to figure it out. Beat reporter for the 49ers, for The Athletic, at Lombardi himself, David Lombardi.
Yeah, Dave!
So,
Come on, guys.
Hey, this is 2 days in a row. We've had a Lombo on the show, one from Southern Italy, one from Northern Italy. It is an honor to have you. We appreciate you. Let's dive right into it. Jimmy G restructured his contract, 6.5 guaranteed, $500,000 in roster bonuses, then another $9 million in playing bonuses. How are they going to manage this? How are players, if Trey Lance struggles, how are players not going to go? Give us fucking Jimmy G. Are they already talking about that? And are you guys asking those questions already?
Well, everybody's obviously asking those questions, and that's, I think, a natural byproduct of this situation. The point that Kyle Shanahan made yesterday is when Jimmy Garoppolo was the quarterback, everybody was asking about Trey Lance last year. So I think,
Not really.
One thing that the 49ers have really emphasized is creating a culture in which the quarterback room gets along. And it worked last year because Garoppolo and Lance, I think, genuinely liked working with each other, and they said, why don't we perpetuate this, but why don't we clearly define the roles? So Jimmy Garoppolo is obviously being paid as a backup now, and Trey Lance is their starter. Now listen, it's the NFL. There's competition at every single position. If Lance totally goes out and bombs, then we could start talking about that. But for now, I see this as Jimmy Garoppolo is just really, really good insurance in case of an injury at that quarterback position.
Go ahead, AJ.
How do you think Trey Lance is actually going to do? We've heard reports, obviously, throughout camp, and we see like the splash plays, and he is a special talent for sure. But how do you think he's going to do with a full 17-game slate?
Well, it was a roller coaster experience during camp, but I think it's exactly what you would expect for a quarterback who threw, 300-something passes at North Dakota State in 2019 and then took a ton of time off because they only played one game in 2020. Then
How
he had
come?
two starts
How
for
come?
the 49ers
How
last
come?
year.
How come they only played one game that year?
the COVID year in 2020.
What's that? Oh, I forgot about that. COVID.
Yeah. So the
Fucking
49ers
Trey Lance.
quarterback had
pandemic.
They knew that this guy was super raw, which is, back when I remember covering the lead up to the draft that in 2021, it seemed ideal to draft Trey Lance because they had Jimmy Garoppolo under contract for 2 more years. And there was no way that Trey was going to walk in and start year one, just given the lack of experience, right? So he learned under Jimmy, learned in that quarterback room last year. And now you saw a lot of inconsistency in camp. One day, awesome. Next day, he struggles with some of the accuracy on the deep out routes. But I'll tell you what, they really believe in his intelligence. They believe that he knows where to go with the football naturally. Because credit to North Dakota State, those guys ran a real pro-style offense there. And that's what Shanahan likes. So I think he views Trey as moldable clay. He can mold him into, what he wants, and he has that mobility. And, Mike, Kyle's dad, he got to work with Elway and Steve Young. So Kyle grew up, I think, knowing the value of mobility at the quarterback position, but you have to make it play within structure of the offense.
You're saying boots on the ground over there at Niners camp, there are days where Trey Lance looks awesome, because we've only seen the highlights obviously come out of camp here from afar, and we loved them earlier with Ayuk and everything that was popping. We watched him in Houston, though. He looked terrible. I mean, it looked bad. You're just saying that's one of his bad days. There is also great days that maybe the world hasn't gotten to see that maybe you guys have.
The Trey Lance experience is volatility right now. There's a high ceiling and a low floor, and the 49ers need to move the floor up and keep the ceiling high, obviously. But yes, there are days where he's awesome, and they're going to ask him to play within the structure of Kyle Shanahan's passing offense, but they're going to add the mobility element to it. I mean, the guy, they're going to add read option. They might add some triple option. Who knows? So he's got legs.
Triple.
No way.
Yeah, he's got legs, man. He could run. So they can change the box count too. He doesn't have to run every single down. Just the threat of him running is going to be key for the 49ers. But he's got a power arm. He's got to work on the short game. The ugly stuff that you see is on some of these out patterns. And sometimes I think, there's a disconnect. He has an amazing physical skill set. He's tremendously smart. But because he has so few reps, the mechanics are still inconsistent.
Yeah,
and as soon as they could bridge that gap with the mechanics, I think that they have something that they really like.
He takes that son bitch all the way down and around. And you would think after like 1 year in the NFL, they would have tried to change that. But I assume that'll continue to be an evolving throwing motion. Great athlete. Can't wait to watch how they handle it all. Darius Butler, your question for Lombardi himself.
So speaking of somebody with a very high ceiling, one of the receivers he'll be throwing to, dealt with a lot of bullshit, I felt like, in the preseason last year. But Ayuk, I've been hearing nothing but rave reviews from him this offseason. What do you think about him going into this year?
Yeah, Brandon Ayuk, he started off camp really well last offseason. I still remember first couple practices, he was really connecting with Jimmy Garoppolo, and then hamstring injury in camp, it really set him back. And then there was that period of time early in the season when he was getting a good snap count, but they weren't going to him with the football. There just didn't seem to be the rapport there that there needed to be. He came along around week 8 when the entire 49ers team turned it around in Chicago. And he was roommates with Trey Lance this offseason. He worked out with Trey down in Orange County, Southern California. And you could tell that he's got that rapport with Trey. And look back at where Deebo Samuel was last year. A lot of talk about him and the great training camp he had, and then he parlayed that into a superstar 2021 season. Ayuk is a year behind Samuel as far as contractual situation goes, but he'll be in line to get paid if he has a big year, and he's looked awesome in training camp for the 49ers.
Time Diggs feel the beat with Lombardi himself.
Mr. Lombardi himself, I was looking at the 53. Am I reading this correctly? They kept more running backs than wide receivers. Are they just going to go wing T? Because that feels like it's weird in today's NFL.
So he can't hurt anybody. So that's
the 49ers carried 6 running backs if you include the fullback Kyle Juszczyk. So 5 backs, 1 fullback, a quarterback who could run in Trey Lance, 4 tight ends, and Deebo Samuel, who obviously played a lot of running back last year. So yes, they're going to run the hell out of the football. Last season, and just in the Shanahan era, they've run over 50% of the time. I think they might be the only NFL team to have done that over the course of the past 5 years. So yes, they're going to run, and they're going to run a lot. And Kyle Shanahan wants to zag while the rest of the league is zigging. Defenses are getting smaller, and he wants to pound the rock. He believes he can control game flow that way, too, complementary football.
He wants a 6 while everybody's 9. Go ahead, AJ.
What about their defense? Their defense has a ton of star power, I feel like, and D'Amico Ryans is, I'm sure, on the fast track to become a head coach, being their D coordinator right now. How have they looked?
They're relying on their defense to be the locomotive that pulls the train, at least for the start of the season. I think there is a full embrace of the Trey Lance experience, that there's going to be some volatility, which, back to the first question, I don't think that they're going to be freaking out if Trey has some struggles, because they're embracing the fact that this team is going to be defense and special teams led. They revamped the special teams, but specifically the defense, that line. I mean, they released Kamoko Toure yesterday. He had 5.5 sacks for Indy last year. What other NFL team? He had a good training camp in preseason, too. I don't know if any other team would have that luxury, right, to release an edge rusher that is still really productive. So they're deep there. The linebackers are maybe the best in the league. They're near the top for sure. And then you look at the secondary. They added Charvarius Ward, and they have Jason Verrett on PUP. They relied on Jason Verrett's health last year, which wasn't a good idea. This year, it would be icing on the cake if he comes back from that ACL tear because they're strong on the back end as well.
If you run the ball, the game gets shorter. If your defense gets a couple stops, I mean, that's good. That's old school football. Run the ball, good D, play good special teams, win field position. You're going to squeak out some games. You guys are all just assuming boring fucking games this year out there in San Francisco?
Hey, I don't think it's boring. I don't think you guys think it either. It's football purist games, but Shanahan adds those wrinkles too. It's not 2 yards in a cloud of dust. A running game, I think. Remember, when it all goes well, remember the NFC Championship game against the Packers.
All right, Mambo.
Remember? Yeah. Well, we have a Packers owner in here, obviously.
Remember?
All-time leading tackler for the Packers, A.J. Hawk is here. So that was a good shot there, Lumbo. Boston Connor has a question for you, pal.
Yeah, David, you said if Lance bombs, they can just go to Jimmy G. If Lance bombs, is there any thought that John Lynch or Shanahan might be on the hook because of the fact that they mortgaged the future to draft him at number 3 instead of Mac Jones or Justin Fields?
Well, yeah, I mean, anytime you invest so much in a quarterback, especially when you had a guy that was winning a lot of games before him, if he bombs, this would be the case with any NFL team. I think that you would start looking at the front office and being like, what the hell did you guys do? But again, to me, that's a worst case scenario that the 49ers aren't counting on. They really like what Trey Lance is made of, heart-wise. I think they think he's really smart. They think they have seen progress over the course of training camp. I mean, he was really inaccurate in the first week, and then he got more accurate as time went along during camp. So worst case scenarios on the table for any NFL team. The question is, does it happen? And the 49ers have also insulated their roster in such a way that they think can really support Trey Lance through some of the growing pains that they expect.
Mr. Lombardi, how many wins this year for the Niners?
I think I predicted somewhere between 9 and 10. So 9.5 I've set as the line. So why don't we say 10?
All right. 10 wins for the Niners. 10 wins for the Panthers.
Okay.
Feel the beat's a lot more optimistic this time around.
Yeah.
We can't thank you enough, ladies and gentlemen. David Lombardi. How about that, Age? A little positivity from these beat writers. They're not completely beaten down by the team yet, I guess.
I mean, it's completely different. I feel like we had 3 pretty negative reports last time, didn't we?
Yes, super negative.
Very positive. It was good to see.
Sheena, what's that?
It's because they're from different type of programs. Correct. Not just, some of these.
That was all right. We're not talking blue collar cities.
Oh, you don't think?
No, we're not.
I was about to say, Niners are an old team. That is a legendary team who has had a lot of success, been around a long time. 49ers faithful is very vast across the entire country. I thought you were going to talk about that. Instead, you were talking about, hey, some of these miserable cities, you're going to get some miserable people.
We're talking about cities that are still sucking down 6 and putting Jameson in their coffee.
Get the truth, the honest truth.
I don't know. San Francisco's got people doing some shit.
True.
And I mean, my first trip.
They better be able to throw the damn ball, though.
They're not. What are you talking about?
They got
There's
to.
6 running backs.
5 wide receivers.
You're not winning the Super Bowl without being able
They don't have to throw
air that motherfucker out.
They want a
Triple
playoff
option
game.
with Trey.
They want a playoff game. Jimmy G threw the ball 4 or 5 times, 6 times.
Yeah. Well, if they triple option with Juice Check, Debo, and Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah. And Trent.
And Trent Williams.
And Trent Williams.
Greg Kittle.
Have Trent Williams come for the dive. All right, Trent Williams with the dive. Obviously, read that. Then you got Debo going out for the pitch, and then you got Kittle with the throw.
Yeah.
And then you got Ayuk. That's a 4.
And Trey can carry it too, and if he needs to, he can take it the whole way.
Yes, exactly. That's 5. Every play? This is like fucking Remember the Titans.
Do it.
How many plays you got? We got 2 of them. What are they? 1 to the left, 1 to the right. What are they? Penta options. Is that what a 5 would be?
Yeah.
Yes.
Penta option play every single time.
Do you think when they signed Debo to his new contract and he was saying, like, hey, I want to be a receiver, I want receiver money, they're like, that's great. This year, you're probably going to have to run the ball 350 times.
We hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
We understand what you're saying, but that's just not going to happen with us. So do you want this money or not? All right, sweet. Get to the backfield. Joining us now in another edition of Feel the Beat.
Nailed it.
AJ, you have yet to feel the beat.
Dude, I was doing it. It went off camera.
Fucking time.
The graphic showed when I was doing it.
D-Butt felt the beat. He's only heard the thing like twice.
He couldn't feel the beat. He slapped him in his mouth.
Who, AJ?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Idiot.
You couldn't feel the beat if the beat was the water and you jumped out of a fucking boat in the middle
Got
of the ocean. You couldn't hit the beat if the beat was a bar and you were standing on the broadside and the clouds were 5 feet away, dude.
That's a good one.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe feel the beat sometime so we can get excited about talking to beat writers from around the NFL so we can learn a little bit more and our show can be better, AJ.
Okay.
All right, it's time then. Let's feel the beat. It's not laugh at the beat, AJ.
I love it. I love your guys' energy. It's great.
It's what you have to do. When that beat hits your bones, it's hard not to feel it. It's somehow, obviously, a man who is a psychopath can't feel it. This is like Larry Hall type tendencies here. This is the type of stuff we're seeing, but we will not let it ruin the only segment we've really stuck with here.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's feel the beat in Sin City.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us is a beat writer for the Las Vegas Raiders. He writes for The Athletic. Ladies and gentlemen, Vic Tafur.
Yay!
This is awesome.
That's quite the intro, I got to say. I'm fired up.
Vic, normally don't have to run the Feel the Beat music twice in between there. Normally we're pretty professional and we're able to just kind of go from one to the other. But the man who you're sharing the screen with, not me, just fucking refuses to buy in. Vic, you ever been a part of something like that where somebody just refuses to buy into something great?
Carry him. Got to, the load's a little heavier for you, but you got to pull through and just make it work.
Yeah, you're damn right. Vic, you can are you on a phone right now? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you're breaking up there a little bit. I don't know if it might be the area or it's probably our fault. Hey, let's call him back. Let's call Vic Tafur
Storming
back.
out a little bit.
In
Indy.
Is it right now?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
so it's probably on us. I did not expect that shot of Vic Tafur.
Me neither.
I don't think I knew who Vic
What do you
Tafur
mean?
was.
What'd you expect?
I seen his name on the internet. Vic Tafur does a lot of great
Yeah,
work.
he does.
I've never seen Vic Tafur. That was a close-up view of Vic Tafur.
Great shades.
Fucking love him. Sorry it broke out.
Transition shades it looked like.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, they come and go.
Yeah, exactly. When you go into the shade, it becomes clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to feel the beat. Feeling the beat.
This is what Vic wants to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a beat writer from The Athletic for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just had him on, but it was our fault. We didn't have as good of a connection as we needed to have because this man is an absolute icon, a legend in the sports covering business. Ladies and gentlemen, Vic Tafur. Hey, Vic.
How you guys doing, man? Fired up.
Vic, great to see you.
Great to see you guys. How you doing?
Hey, good. We had a quick conversation. Those are transition lenses there. Outside, they're tinted. Inside, they become regular glasses.
Exactly. Trying to be cool, trying to look like I got it going on.
You do. Hey, you do got it going on. That's why we called. Sounds like the Las Vegas Raiders do as well. This is the most loaded team the Raiders have had in a long time. Is that the vibe? Are expectations real high, even though it's brand new GM, new head coach, and probably shouldn't warrant that type of situation in any other case?
Yeah, I think just because of the offense. You got Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Derek Carr. Should be a high-flying affair, just a lot of points. I think people are excited about that part of it. And everything else, it's been good. They were 4-0 this preseason. Josh got his message across, no penalties. Let's lock down the fundamentals. But so far, so good.
Undefeated in preseason. AJ, your question for Vic.
How has it looked, I guess, compared to maybe other years with McDaniels there in charge? Like, is the schedule different? Does practice feel different? Like, what's it like?
Yeah, it's a little tighter. I think, with Gruden, they always had more of a emotional kind of ups and downs. With him, I think Josh kind of more even keel, kind of this is how it's going to be, this is our approach. And he'll say it's not the Patriots way, but obviously it is the Patriots way. It's worked so well for him there. Why would you change? He brought a bunch of guys in with him from New England. So I think everyone's kind of, on the same path, kind of looking forward to the season.
Darius, your question for Vic.
Yeah, I want to talk about that defense a little bit. Just traded away Trayvon Mullins yesterday to the Cardinals. How does that secondary look, especially obviously up front you got Crosby and Jones, but how does that secondary look?
That's all right. I think I like Rocky Yassin. I think he's a guy who's kind of on the rise. They gave up Yannick Ngakoue for him, which is kind of a big price. But when they got Chandler Jones, you don't need Ngakoue. So I think Rocky Yassin definitely is a guy who's been kind of getting better every year.
Yep.
They got Averett. Nate Hobbs is the guy they're really high on. Nate Hobbs is the guy who was in the slot last year where they feel he can be a playmaker all over the field. So there's enough talent there. They should be okay. If you get that pass rush, like you mentioned with Max and Chandler Jones, you'll need to cover as long. So that's going to be the key to how this works.
I know the Raiders are a storied program, storied franchise. History is deep, a lot of winning, and just win, baby, is all that matters. But feels like ownership and GM and going all in, right, Vic? I mean, is this the first time in a long time, or am I just ignorant to that whole thing? Feels like they're going all the fuck in right now.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of went all in with John Gruden, right? They gave him like $100 billion, and in the last few years, they were pretty high on how things are going. Obviously, it all collapsed, but they've always been kind of a think big organization. They've had some definite pratfalls in the last couple of decades, but yeah, I think this is definitely their thinking. This is Derek Carr. He's paid his dues. This is his window. We'll see how it goes.
Go ahead, Connor. Your question for Vic Tafur?
Yeah, Vic, the Raiders just waived Alex Leatherwood. It feels as though the entire team's ready to go, but there's no one really blocking up front for Derek Carr. Are we missing something on the outside, and do you see something different at training camp out of those guys?
No, I mean, when they traded for Devontae, everyone's like, this team can definitely go places, but you got to take care of the O-line. The O-line is definitely a concern. You fast forward, and now you're looking at going in week one with Jermaine Edelman at right tackle and Lester Cotton at right guard. Probably not what you had in mind back when you got Adams as far as your ideal way things went down. Leatherwood was just a bad pick. It was a reach last year by Mack and Gruden. This regime gave him a shot, was not invested in him, didn't really have to see it through, so they figured let's just move on and find somebody else.
Hey, was Mayock making decisions, or did everybody around there know it was just all Gruden all the time?
I mean, Gruden had final say, definitely. And in terms of the draft, everyone wants to debate who blew which pick. There's so many bad picks, you kind of enough blame to go around. They definitely each had their own guys who you look back on. So I think Gruden gave Mack some picks, but in the end, Gruden had final say. If Gruden wanted to take Henry Ruggs, didn't matter what the scouts said or anybody else said, they were taking Henry Ruggs. So it went back and forth, but both guys made enough mistakes, and there wasn't really a great balancing out of each other. Definitely, that's why things kind of went so sour.
Did you say enough blame to go around?
Around, yeah.
Where are you from, Vic?
I'm actually from Bay Area. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure where this accent came from. Maybe the mailman. But yeah, so I'm a Bay Area guy, so that's a bad joke. Sorry, Mom. Mom's probably watching this. That's not good.
No, but, listen, if your mom's watching this, she already turned it off. I mean, we did the intro to the segment 4 times before you got on. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. She probably gave up, yeah. But just watching the play, we have a local podcast, and we sometimes swear. She'll tell me, wow, you guys sure did swear a lot. Why you guys swear so much? I'm like, I'm sorry, I gotta watch that. So I'm trying to not swear as much.
Are you in Vegas or the Bay?
I go back and forth. Right now, I'm currently in my backyard in Oakland.
Oh, so I would assume, are you going to move to Vegas or no?
Yeah, I think that's in the plan. So we're just like, last year was no locker room access, so it wasn't really a need to be there every day. But this year, I think the big locker room days was September 6th is the first day the Raiders locker room was open, so that'll be a big day. We'll have balloons and the whole deal, and it'll be huge.
Hey, the Athletics should pay for your new house in Vegas, right? Shouldn't they, I think?
No doubt. No doubt. Pool, the whole thing. I need a lot of stuff to happen in the
I saw
house.
how much money they fucking sold for.
Yeah, that's right.
We saw how much they were making, too. So what they sold for, they got cash.
Plenty.
Get Vic a new house in Sin City.
Yeah,
what are we even doing
tomorrow?
This is good. This is good. I like this. You guys have a good platform.
Top floor of the casino.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe a top floor of the casino. Yeah. Get all the benefits.
Penthouse.
At the Bellagio, I can oversee those fountains there. That'd be a great little penthouse. That'd be nice.
Yes, you deserve it.
Why not?
It's the NFL.
Make it happen, Athletic.
Ty, your question for Vic Tafur.
Vic, what's going on with the running backs? Are they just going to run Josh Jacobs into the ground and then discard him? I know they got rid of Kenyon Drake, too. He's not getting traded, obviously, at this point, but what's going on in the backfield there?
That's what I would do. If I had a guy who I thought was a good player who I didn't have any long-term plans for, I'd run him to the ground and get rid of him. But
I take back everything I said. Don't get this asshole a house in Vegas.
It was an open, honest forum. But they drafted Zamir White. They like him a lot. So they got former Patriot Brandon Bolden, Amir Abdullah. So I think they're going to split the carries. I think it'll be a huge committee affair. Abdullah will get most of the third down stuff. But I think all 4 guys will get plenty of touches. So I wouldn't draft Josh Jacobs in fantasy if I were you.
Go ahead, AJ.
Vic, I know you're in Oakland right now, but what's it like in Vegas? does the city support the team? Like, do they really care? Are they going to be all behind this team? I know the stadium is sweet. Like, what do you think the support's going to be?
Certainly something to do.
Yeah, it's growing every year. I think the one thing you've seen so far in the home games is there's a lot of opposing fans come in. It's obviously a big weekend for them to come out to Vegas and watch their team. So you have a large presence of other teams' fans at home games. But that'll get better. I think the more they win, I think the fans definitely are fired up. Obviously, Devontae Adams, like I said, this year especially, people are really excited about this offense and all the fireworks that are ideally coming up.
What's that podcast where you say filthy words on?
Called State of the Nation. It's on The Athletic, and we've done a much better job. We've cleaned up a little bit. It's not as foul as it used to be. We're definitely trying to make my mom proud a little bit.
Okay, sounds good. That's the demo. Go ahead and knock that out. We appreciate the hell out of you, Vic. Thank you for joining us. You crushed it here.
All right, guys. Appreciate you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vic Tafur. Good interview there.
Yeah, serious commute that guy has.
Yeah. What do you do? Where do you go to work at? Las Vegas. Where do you live? Okay. It's a quick drive. I mean, a quick flight. I have done that flight, actually.
Hour?
Not even.
Less than that.
It's a 3-hour drive.
I have done that flight. We played Oakland. Then we had bye week, or it was a Thursday or something. And Vegas.
That's awesome.
Yeah, then back to Indy.
Good weekend.
What a weekend.
Those were the days. Hey, those were the days.
Oh, yeah.
If I was to do that now, I'd be out for 2 months. Wouldn't be
Probably.
able to fucking survive for 2 months.
Not Vic Tafur, though.
Vic Tafur, he goes into Vegas every other day.
Yeah, he had that home improvement neighbor thing going for a little bit there when you guys were 3 wide. It was awesome.
Very much did.
Yeah, Wilson?
Yep.
Yeah.
The
there it is.
yeah, because he had half his
A little
Yeah,
respect.
SMBs.
Wilson.
Home improvement neighbor guy.
That's a great tag for him.
It is.
All right,
I
we'll
didn't know his name.
take a. Did you watch Home Improvement?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Who's your favorite character?
Wilson, probably, right? What'd you
One of the
say?
sons, I don't know their name.
Al Borland?
The Tool Man.
You're talking about JTT.
Tim was a tool man, right?
Yeah. Tim
Nah,
is
dude
the
with
tool
beard.
man.
Yeah, Al
Al
Borland.
Borland.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, fuck it out.
Hey, he's selling ladders.
What was
What
his
about
name?
Peggy? Pam Anderson.
Well, she was also somebody else too, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Pam was in that?
Pam was in
Heidi.
Whoa.
Heidi. That was that whole show.
Yeah.
Lions fans.
What
Oh, yeah.
fools.
And for fun, they go in garage and build cars that never worked.
That's right.
Hats off
Looks
to
like
him.
fucking Tim McAfee's garage in there.
He does sweet commercials for Michigan now.
Yeah, he's the voice of
Pure Michigan.
Pure Michigan. Look at the
Which one? Who?
Little Coke bust
Tim
back
Allen.
in the day.
Tim
Don't worry
Allen.
about it.
Santa Claus.
Tim Allen. Who else is?
That shit was pure
I haven't
too.
fucking seen
Come
that.
on, D-Butt.
He's not Buzz, though.
No,
wasn't
he's not
Tim
Buzz
Allen
anymore.
then.
What's that?
He wasn't Tim Allen when he got busted for coke.
No.
He was Tim Dick back then.
Was he really?
Yeah, and that is his real name. So yeah.
You see Ty's little eyes sparkle when he has a chance to say something, you know? They open up real wide. He gets that posture. He was Tim Dick then. He couldn't wait to... That was such a beautiful factoid.
Fun
Ty.
fact.
I appreciate that. I'll carry that into a Jeopardy game or a Trivial Pursuit type thing that we're going to do it inevitably at some point. That was another episode of Feel the Beat.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You selfish
What's up, man?
prick.
You had 6 or 7 opportunities today to feel the beat with the team, to buy in.
Maybe 9 or 10 will be the key.
You remember what Cam Newton was saying after he left the Panthers?
Yeah.
Sheena told us, and he said, I think guys are struggling to buy in on
He
rules.
said buy in. He
Yeah.
said don't blindly follow everything. That's what he said.
And then he also said, get the turds out that don't buy in.
Yeah, this guy's cancer.
If everybody
sick
else has bought in, everybody, even people who got no rhythm at all, and we see it all the time, just buy in. Remember, this is the same guy. Wiz Khalifa looked at it and said, put your fucking hands up.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
AJ said, I'm not doing that. AJ said, fuck off,
There's
Wiz.
evidence with my hands in the air, and you know that.
No.
And to AJ's defense, which I never would do, he's probably saving his energy because he's a guest picker on College Game Day.
Oh, are you? Are you the guest picker on College Game Day?
No, if I am, I have not been informed of that.
Oh, sick. So it
Okay.
might
There we go.
happen.
Could happen.
Studying up.
Hey, now we got
It's
boots
Jack
on the ground.
Harlow. What do you mean?
Look at what we're doing right now. Boots on the ground in Columbus,
Yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah.
It's time to feel the beat. He wasn't doing anything. Not a single thing.
Nothing.
Normally, the fucking little video covers it. We don't even get to see
Yeah.
him
Liar!
spit in the face of
Liar!
the Feel the Beat segment. This is a joke.
I don't want to mute your mics if I talk.
You don't do that.
Dance.
You know better
how
than
powerful
that.
you
I
think
can't hear
you
the
are.
music if I speak over it.
It's like people would say,
You
well,
gotta feel it. You don't have to hear it.
if I shit in the morning, I never shit in the past whenever we win games. If I shit in the morning, we'll lose games. Like, oh, don't you think you're powerful? You know what I mean? You think your one voice will cover up 10 people in here feeling the beat, AJ?
Good luck.
Come on.
That's unbelievable.
That has no correlation. Whatever story you talk about taking dumps has nothing to do. It has I don't know how there's any relevance to what's going on now. But I'm saying my mic, if I speak while you guys are jumping around dancing and yelling, I can't hear the music. I like to hear that music.
What?
You heard it.
Watch. Big skull, small brain.
What'd you say, AJ?
What?
Do you bleed your own blood?
What?
All right, we're getting
Your dad?
What? Your eyes cold.
What?
Never see you again.
What? Not breathing? What?
Gonna have a funeral.
What?
Gonna be sad.
What?
You're dead.
What?
All right, let's get to a 5-minute break here.
Don't steal the casket and drive away.
That was a very serious situation.
That was awesome.
Don't be an asshole.
Then have a big guy jump on it and ride it out.
What did we say about this? You and I. We had a talk last night about this.
Are we not allowed to talk about this anymore?
No, you are not.
It's a video, though. It's a video when the big dude jumped on the casket and rolled off of it.
What did he say? I didn't see any punches thrown, but they sure looked angry.
Yeah.
That's what.
The Big Show,
It's like
dude. Not the
the Big Show. It's like
Big
a
Show's
baseball
father
brawl.
died, okay? And Big Boss Man stole the casket.
Big Show would choke slam you through the earth.
Son of a bitch.
Yes, he would. That's why I give him so much credit for riding that casket out
That
of
was back when Tim Dick was running the streets of Michigan.
That's
There
right.
it is.
We've come a long way.
You ever see him and Shaq staring eye to eye? It's quite the scene.
My favorite is with those huge guys because there is a little give on the ring. So whenever they zoom in, and those guys even move at all, the whole thing boom, boom, rattles. And you see like people's heads bouncing up and down. It's a beautiful thing. We'll be back in 5 minutes with hour 3 here. Download the Field Goal Face-Off. We'll talk to AJ about that. We also have NFL All Day, Senior Vice President of Marketing.
Nice.
Dapper Labs.
What is that?
You okay?
Well, you get
Did you
that
almost
back.
just spit into the microphone?
Yeah.
Felds is coming on?
Can't wait for it.
Yeah. Dave Feldman.
Felds.
D. Feld.
Big Dave.
Feld.
What time?
Davey boy.
3:05 Eastern. He's coming on to educate us about what the fuck it is.
Sure, that'll go well.
NFL Live?
I think so too.
No,
Tony.
not NFL Live. NFL All Day is the NFTs that have been launched in collaboration with the NFL.
Bingo.
I got questions.
Oh, I've seen the commercials.
So I would have never got involved in any of this, but if the NFL's doing it, there has to be some legitimacy. There's 31 billionaires walking around over there.
Goodell.
There has to be something real going on. So Dave Feldman is the man tasked with explaining to a bunch of idiots why the fuck we should love that this is happening.
Yep.
And he's going to do a great job. I've heard him speak. I watched some videos. He's great at
a
what he does.
dog.
He is an absolute dog of the NFT game.
Yes.
I got questions,
dog.
okay?
I got a lot of questions too. Me too. People haven't been able to answer them for like 15 years.
Exactly.
My questions on just who controls it. Had that about the stock market. Have it
Gary
now.
V controls it, I thought.
Well, Gary was fucking getting after it this morning in his gym. I don't know if you guys saw, but it really inspired me.
Hey,
I need to see that.
We appreciate you, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
I did not realize that.
Does he
It's-
post workout vids?
We will be back in
All right,
5.
send me a link.
We'll see you then. Goodbye. Joining us now is a man who got to experience that at Notre Dame. Got to experience it in the NFL. Now he's on television. He's this man's brother-in-law. He's obviously incredibly handsome. Ladies and gentlemen, Brady Quinn. Holy hell. You look like that all the time.
I don't know if you guys can see what's behind me. I think AJ might be more familiar with this picture. So hopefully AJ can elaborate or add some context to all this.
Is that Chopper up over your left
That's
ear?
Chopper. Yeah, that's
Wow.
Chopper.
AJ,
How'd
what?
you get that in your background?
What happened here? So,
Well, this is a golf cart submerged.
why are you fully dressed underwater?
Thank you, Brady. Okay. Brady, I mean, yeah, you gotta, I guess we have to mention it, Brady. This is, Pat, you know, this golf cart, the e-brake just didn't work on me. I was parking close to the green. I rode that joker right into the pond because it took a hard right turn. This is like 12 years ago. I jumped in instantly. Oz is the other guy looking for his cigs. There was no help. And then Brady and Chopper were in my group, they came up about 10 seconds later, and they both just dove in instantly and started helping.
So you, hold on,
We
Brady.
did not finish our round.
You drove this cart directly into this pond.
Well, it
you are a
malfunctioned.
fucking menace behind the wheel, AJ. You
was a
drive with
malfunction.
both feet. You sleep. Your hands are all deformed because of your broken fingers. You're driving golf carts into ponds. Straight up. Are you blacked out drunk in this thing?
No, I wish I was. That's the problem. I was not.
Sober.
Oh my God, this guy.
I was trying to get there.
Brady, how do you let this guy marry your sister? How do you let this guy marry your sister, Brady?
Let me add some more context to all of this, okay? This is at Rattlesnake Ridge. This was the first year, our first fundraiser for my foundation, the Third and Goal Foundation, which helps support wounded vets. So
Great
AJ
cause.
was kind enough to come out and obviously support the cause. Now, I guarantee you he was not sober for this because we actually took a party bus to Rattlesnake Ridge.
Oh, AJ, boozing and driving.
No one was sober at this thing.
What I'm saying is, I played many times with many more drinks in me and didn't wreck a cart, is all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
All right. Chopper hopping in there, though. Is he scuba diving?
Well, he dove to the bottom and grabbed some clubs.
He did. He said all you had to do was open your eyes in that murky water and you could find whatever you need to down there. All those eyes were burning afterwards.
Couple quick questions, though, that we have to get cleared up.
Okay.
You walk into a store, okay, and it's like a farming store.
Oh man.
Okay.
This is new. This is new to me.
No, I think you'll get it right.
Hopefully.
Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply. There's a John Deere tractor right here, and then there's a Bobcat tractor right here. Which one are you more likely to purchase, Matt?
John Deere.
Hell yeah!
My dad had one growing up.
All you need to know. That is all you need to know.
Oh yeah.
All right, that was the only question.
Holy shit.
All right, that was the most important part of this whole thing.
Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah.
Bucket.
Super Bowl. Do you want to guarantee a Super Bowl or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
Come on.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. It is holy hell. We have a video game Wednesday, August 31st, 2022. Hour 3 starts now. Football is happening both on our phones and in our lives. Tomorrow night, 2 massive college football games will really make us feel like we're all the way into fall. Last night, it was like 68 degrees in Indianapolis outside. The sun was shining. Beautiful. It felt like it was football weather. We are here. The Toxic Table is as well at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, Tone Diggs is here in live in studio, just like he will be all season, at Darius J. Butler. And live in an attic in Ohio. To my left, your right, A.J. Hawk.
Let's go, AJ.
Boo. How's the video game going?
Good energy, Darius.
Appreciate you, D-Buck. You like to know, wouldn't
damn
you?
right.
Hey, I was thinking about how I was going to say more words, so I apologize for the lack of excitement from the crew there.
It was on purpose.
I think that was potentially a little holdover from what happened with the Feel the Beat segment.
Yeah. Bingo.
And you.
I'm okay with it.
Okay, nonetheless, you provide great quality for our show every single day. You told Wiz Khalifa to go fuck himself when he said put your hands up. You refuse to feel the beat. It's our best segment we've ever had.
Yep.
But one day you will fully buy into all of it, and that'll only be the day that you reach your peak on this show, because every day you're climbing and getting better and better. Today, monumental day, AJ Hawk. Did you get a chance to play that game that we sent over? Field Goal Face-Off, now live in the FanDuel Face-Off app, which you can download right now. 32 states can play games, cash games, against other people head-to-head in this Field Goal Face-Off. And it's fucking really cool that we're doing this right now, AJ Hawk.
It is. Can I scan that QR code right now and get it?
I think so, yeah.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'll do it later.
Come on,
This
do
guy.
it. Do
What?
it. Tell the people
Come
how to
on,
do it.
AJ.
I'm not doing that during the show. I'm
Do
not
it for
going
the
to sit
people.
here and fumble around. You sent me a link last night. It said the link was expired or didn't work.
Well, AJ, listen, you can feel the beat. You can put your hands up. You can scan the QR code.
I'm going to be good at that game for real.
You think
I
so?
can tell. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Put the screen back up. Let's go ahead and try to. Ty is. I mean, I think Nick.
Oh, work.
Nick takes it. Did it does? I think it
Goddamn
takes you
right.
right to it. It should. Now the location.
It didn't show up in the App Store when I tried to look it up.
So it's a FanDuel Face-Off app. You have to download the FanDuel Face-Off app. If you type in Face-Off, though, the FanDuel one should pop up. You download that. The Field Goal Face-Off is within that, alongside a puzzle game, a block trail game, Wheel of Fortune game, Scrabble game. I mean, there's a lot of games in there. The Field Goal one, we were very fortunate that we got to put it in there because we got to play the other games in like the Home Run Grand Slam. We got to play the other games and experience them so we could create our game. I think we fit in well into the FanDuel Face-Off family, and I think our game will continue to be good. That's me holding there, AJ.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, that's me holding. Ty Schmidt is currently playing. You pull it back, obviously, to generate the amount of power. The shorter the pull back, the slower the thing goes back and forth. The longer the pull back, the more power, the faster it goes. Obviously, you want to land it on the green, and you would like to aim in accordance to what the wind is doing in the top right corner. Right there, he just got a chance to maybe turn down the wind or turn off the wind if he isn't hitting a good ball. Ty, how do you feel you're doing right now?
Pretty good. You know, the winds, it's whipping out here right now. But the key is you just got to get the power-ups. You got to be hitting the power-ups. If you waste the power-ups, you will not put together a good score.
There's a 60-yard field goal. Clean ball, no problem. Wind going left to right. Bomb.
Who's the kicker?
It's you.
See, like right there, that is where you cannot choke. You got two important power-ups, so you're going to try to split the seam and get them both.
Oh!
65.
So you play against people?
Yes. You sign up, you play a paid game. You could potentially win $10,000 for the highest score of the week for anybody that played, and also another $100 to another 100 people with the next highest scores. But you have to play in a paid game. 60 cents to enter. Will win $5. Compete against random people also playing 60-cent games. Too many misses. Ty Schmidt, take a walk. You could play that game and beat Ty Schmidt with the way he's been performing.
Yeah, that's not good.
Jeez.
That's not good.
Whoa. That's not a good, but that's what can happen. You can win. Let's see if he beat anybody. Did he win?
Waiting for opponent.
Oh, get in
Someone
there.
get in there right now.
That's
Yeah,
gotta be
Nick,
you,
go.
AJ.
Can you bet them? Can you bet somebody and take their money?
Yes, you're not. It's an entry fee, 60 cents. Or
there you go.
But I'm saying, could you say, hey, here's a $5 game. Anyone who wants to come play me?
No, here it is right here. There's 60-cent games, $3 games, $12 games. There's also a free option that's available in every single state. So if you want to practice before whatever gets legalized in your state to allow you to join the other 32 states that are able to play for money and are able to enter in to win the $10,000 grand prize of having the highest score, and also able to play against others for probably hours each night here going forward, which is what we have done in the beta testing phases of this whole thing. But you can get in there and win some money, compete, and have a good time and get better at it. That's why it's so good. You can get better, AJ.
Well, yeah, you got to aim, obviously, and then you want to hit it right where the little sliver of green is, correct?
Yes.
So it looks like the power. That's your power? Or
You're playing a 60-cent game here?
Yeah.
The green sliver is the ball contact. How solid you'll hit contact with the ball. The power is how far you drag your thumb or finger down behind it. I was using thumb early because it's natural and it has a little fatter thing on it, so it's telling you to use your thumb. My pointer finger actually go a little bit better on the timing. It's just like on a stopwatch.
Just like a stopwatch, yeah. You get that pulse in there in your thumb.
Exactly. It slows you down. Nobody knows that. Your thumb, just big meathead. Pointer finger got a little bit more feeling. Yeah. Ty, while you're playing this, what do you think is a big advantage for people? What should they be thinking about? The timing off the wall?
Yeah, I guess I would say. I mean, really, it is kind of like if you start putting together a good round, you'll kind of just get into a groove, but it's all reps. Like, I mean, that's 30-mile-an-hour wind. Like, that's not going to get the job done.
No good. Boot out of the stadium. So this guy sucks.
The wind, big time, is because. And it's all random. You know, some games you'll get a lot of kicks with the wind just at your back, so it's a little bit easier. But then sometimes, I've had, 23-mile-an-hour crosswinds damn near on every kick here. So it's...
Oh, you're saying the game's trying you right now?
Yeah, a little bit.
You know why?
Why's that?
Because you're fucking good, and I already can tell. So that is another ultimate equalizer. When you sign up to play in the 60-cent game, the game is regulated, obviously, and it has to be similar, like skill levels in competition. It might take a couple days to find a balance, but when you go in there, you're always in for a fight, and you can always win. People can fuck up in all these FanDuel face-off games, including this one. Ty, who has scored 20,000 before, 19,000 before, has scored a 6,800 today, a 7,000 today. Anybody is gettable. That's why I think the game is going to do well, Connor.
Yeah, 100,000%. And like you said, like you can play this game for so long, you'll look down, look back
105 yarder. Look at the wind. He hits that thing. He's reading. It's curving.
Great ball.
It's good.
110
yarder.
Jeez.
A little off-center
that one's
contact.
deep.
Yeah, it was
That
bad
one's deep.
contact. Congrats, it says.
Yeah.
There you go.
Job well done.
Thank you.
There you go. Look at me celebrate for you.
Your avatar looks great.
They scanned my
okay,
entire face.
14.
14,000. There we go. Now we're climbing back up in there. That's a very good score. If you score 14,000, you should feel good. And you don't have to kick a 120-yarder to score 14,000. You can hit others cleaner, hit other bonuses cleaner. We're very thankful for FanDuel helping us out and launching this thing. Get in there, play against Ty. Get in there, play against us. Put up the highest score of the week in a paid game, and you'll win $10,000. We appreciate you so much. It is a blast. What a fucking thing.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
I'm happy that we can finally play for money on this thing.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
too.
All the beta testing we had to do the last month and a half or so, AJ, it's been all, what'd you score? What'd you score? Doesn't matter how'd you score that particular time against how that person scored. Any given game, you can beat anybody.
Exactly. And it was getting a little repetitive not being able to play against you guys, so it's nice that we finally have this.
I'm going to beat your ass in this game.
I don't know. Because
I'll beat your ass in 14.
That's doubtful.
No.
That is doubtful. Do you hear me? Because that game, they can adjust the wind, and your thumb can do that. There's another game in the office, AJ, that revolves around free throws. Just like 7 or any of the other games we play, you make one, it goes up on the board. You don't want points, you get points, you get out. But this one, you can hit however many in a row that you want to tally the points. So you can put 6 up on there real quick for the person behind you. They miss, they get 6, they make 1, 7, they can pass, or they can put another 6 on there as well. Foxy and Connor hit me and Darius yesterday with a fucking how you doing, keep it moving. I mean, it was real quick. They were just robots in there. And that is not what the field goal face-off is.
No.
You can't be robotic.
Not at all. Yeah, because it's not the same shot. Every single shot that you take on that goddamn game is different. And that's why it's awesome.
We have breaking news in the NFL. Now, this is via Schultze, Jordo, so
Grain of salt.
We are friends with the guy. Let's take it.
Love him.
Take it as a grain of salt, obviously.
Multiple reports confirmed.
He is confirming, I guess, that the wide receiver, Jalen Reagor, has been traded away from the Eagles to the Minnesota Vikings. Schultz has been told, once again, this is Jordo. This is Schultz, who we love. Love Jordo. He's told that the comp for Philly is as follows: a 7th-round pick in 2023, a conditional 2024 5th-round pick that could become a 4th-rounder if certain statistical marks are met. So if Jalen Reagor goes on to be a guy for the Vikings, that'll become a 4th-rounder 2 years from now. And if whatever rounder next year, this seems like a good play. Reagor didn't want to be there, right? I think that was the thing. He wasn't getting as much playing time.
First round pick out of TCU didn't really work out. There is the famous video, too, of when Philly took Reagor 1 pick ahead of Justin Jefferson. The Vikings on camera were like, what the fuck did they just
Laughing.
do? Yeah, so now they have both of them in the same place. Obviously a fresh start for him. Very talented.
Kirk Cousins gets another weapon. What do you think about Jalen Reagor, D-Bud? Have we seen anything from him to make it clear, like, hey, this is who this guy is yet?
I mean, he's still young. He probably needed a fresh start. Obviously, like Tone said, very talented. But that's a deep wide receiver room. Obviously, you got Jefferson, you got Thielen. I believe Osborne, 17 is that third target over there. So, he's got to find his way to get some targets. It's going to be tough to get targets, though. So, but good he got a fresh start, though.
Kevin O'Connell comes in, offense coordinator for the Rams, former quarterback, loading up weapons for Kirk Cousins. Excited to see what that offense is with the chef still.
Oh, yeah.
Running back over there. Kirk Cousins is taking a new role on that team, I think, now that Zimmer's gone. A little bit more leadership, a little bit more vocal. New haircut, bigger biceps.
Yoked.
Ian Rappaport is confirming what old Jordo said. The Eagles are trading former first-round wide receiver Jalen Reagor to the Vikings in exchange for a draft pick, a fresh start. So is it 1 pick? Is it 2 picks? We'll never know. Actually, we will know at some point. And this could be another dunking on Jordo, or Jordo climbs out from underneath the rim and scores some points for the first time, AJ.
So Jordo was the first one to report this?
Yes.
He's always
he was
first
to report the comp, and the comp, I believe, has been confirmed by other insiders that I've seen.
But not rap sheet.
But are they confirming it from Jordo? See, that's the game.
Okay, Chelsea. Okay.
So Jordo's just making plays everywhere.
Latte.
Let me see.
We have to know that little Latte just a couple days ago was at the foul line and airbolt. Remember?
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's not his fault. Maybe only a couple people were privy to the information. But that whole Jimmy G, Niners, Seahawks, Browns, Panthers situation that he was unfolding from a penthouse in New York,
Tennessee,
before heading to the U.S. Open, Tennessee. I think it just moments later all came back. But that's what it is. When you're in the insider game, there's a chance that's going to happen. So we are only respecting the game and Jordo. Whenever we report something, we go, this is Jordo. So Jordo's an independent operator out there. He's a maverick. He's doing his thing.
And, hats off to Jordo, because right when that Jimmy G news did get announced, he posted a clip of him on this show saying, hey, Jimmy G might stay too. So, I mean, there's part of me thinks Jordo's still kind of right here. Not that he's wrong.
Oh, you're talking about like Orlovsky saying every quarterback's going to be the MVP.
Yeah, putting a wide net out there and catch more fish.
The Dan wagon.
And then whenever the Dan wagon hits week 16, week 17, I've been saying
Said
this.
it since day one.
Now, he settled that wagon on numerous quarterbacks at numerous times.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of dropped off at Oklahoma and Nebraska. But every once in a while, when that wagon gets to California, his ass is fucking right in the front with a flag.
That's right. Told you.
Made it. We made it. And we love Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, that's classic Connecticut.
Shout out to Howie, too. He got some picks back. And then he just traded away pick for Chauncey Gardner.
Yes.
J.J. Arcega.
Potentially getting some good picks back.
Hey, he's making a lot of plays over
Doing
there.
his thing.
Everybody has tweeted, everybody likes to give Howie Roseman shit, but he's really doing stuff. Everybody's giving him shit because they had a Super Bowl team and they all blew up, right? And everybody's like, oh, this is the problem. Now he's trying his best effort to get it all back. It's as bad as it sounds because there's so many other things that could fuck up, right? Sirianni could fuck up.
Yeah.
Numerous people could fuck up. But the conversation is, Jalen Hurts is either going to make or break this team. And Jalen Reagor obviously doesn't affect that conversation at all, I don't think. Right, AJ?
No, it does not seem to be that way.
Yeah, because Jalen Reagor leaving is a weapon gone, but nobody's expecting him to be a weapon that really changed the game for the Eagles. So if you're Roseman, it feels like a win-win type trade here. No, perception-wise, nobody's going to bury us for getting rid of a weapon for a quarterback that everything is hinging upon, and we're getting some picks back. Feels like it's probably going to be a positive look in this entire trade, even though the conversation is Jalen's make or break year for everything.
Yeah, it feels like he's using the rookie deal quarterback more than anyone right now. I mean, aside from Miami maybe, but he gets A.J. Brown. Their offensive line is kind of renowned as one of the top 3 in the league. Their D-line's unbelievable, Fletcher Cox, and they got a bunch of guys in the secondary now. They got the Giants' former best corner, James Bradbury, with Slay. Like, it feels like the Eagles are primed for a run, and the NFC East is a shit show every year. So
You think Howie's playing field goal face-off in the FanDuel face-off?
I would assume so.
I bet he's kind of taking a lap around. He might be looking at the Lamar situation too. It's not like they're latched to Jalen for that long. Why wouldn't they go after Lamar if that's really out there?
What?
Dogs.
Mm-hmm. Unbelievable wide receivers.
Well, how does he play rock, paper, scissors?
Howie?
No, how does Lamar play?
That's what it's all about.
Because Coach Sirianni is on record saying, I can tell quickly out of a Rochambeau game or a little mini basketball hoop game who's the dog, who's not a dog. Coach Sirianni, did you get a chance to chat with Lamar? I know he's in the NFL whenever you had gotten into your prominence or whatever.
No, because, again, what Jalen has done on the football field up to this point in the season, we're all in with Jalen. If it was up to me, I won't speak for Howie or Jeffrey Lurie, but I would give Jalen, $220 million guaranteed.
Oh,
right
less
now.
than Deshaun?
Wow.
Well, again, Jalen needs to win a playoff game before we start talking about more money than Deshaun. That's just me. Like, you guys have mentioned, we have the offense, we have the defense, we have the special teams, we have the team that is built to go this year, and it's kind of at this point, are the dogs going to bark or are they going to bite?
It is, isn't it? It is kind of what it is. Are they going to bark or are they going to bite?
And I believe we will bite this year.
A lot of barking last year, huh?
Maybe a lot of barking by the media and the outside world because, you forget everyone saying I'm a dipshit. I don't know what I'm doing, We made the playoffs last year. So
yeah, but you were talking about like the manure and all that, remember?
Yeah, but, guess what? All that bullshit worked. Guys were pretty invested and they believed in it and we did make the playoffs. Now, we got embarrassed by Tampa Bay, but what are you going to do? We're going to win the division this year, okay? Go win the division, win a couple more football games in the playoffs, and then meet me at Dallas Andros. We're going to celebrate.
Really?
That's right.
Jalen Reagor, not a dog?
No, he stunk, which is why we traded him. And I'm not just saying this, but if I'm a Minnesota fan, I'm a little worried now because that's very clear to me. They're not going to re-sign Justin Jefferson.
Whoa.
They're not going to be paying him. They found Jalen Reagor. They're going to slide him right in because they're not going to be able to get Justin Jefferson. I don't know. Maybe we go get Justin Jefferson.
Oh, really?
Right the wrong of a couple years ago when we got Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate that. I think there's nothing better to do right now than make a massive announcement for a great friend of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Darius Butler has been a guy that I was lucky to watch in the NFL evolve, develop as a player, but behind the scenes be loved by everybody. Utilize his big fucking brain, playing corner, nickel, and safety, a leader of the defense, be loved by everybody. Started getting into the media world, okay? The suits weren't necessarily going to love Darius. I don't think that was ever going to happen. Even though, Darius, you look great in a fucking suit. You look great in a fucking suit, but I didn't think that was going to be the case. You started taking to social media. You started doing your own podcast. You started giving us electrifying takes and interviews every single time you came on. People fell in love, and it wasn't just the fans that fell in love with you. Darius, would you like to make an announcement, sir?
Well, sure. Let's do it, man. I'll be joining the NFL matchup show, ESPN, with Sal Palantonio and Greg Cosell.
Let's go! Darius, congratulations. We are incredibly happy for you. It'll be on Saturdays and Sundays beginning week 1 on ESPN, ESPN2, and ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Darius Butler with Sal Palantonio and Greg Cosell. What is this show going to be?
Real X and O's, right up my alley. Like you said, the suits, and I didn't really fit in with a lot of what they were looking for on daytime television, which is great because I'm gonna be here every week. And this works obviously perfect for me. Appreciate you giving me the platform. Obviously, the guys just bring me in, treat me like one of the boys, and now this is kind of like the perfect fit. I'm a half stooge here and then a half corporate stooge on the weekends. Nice. But it's going to be great, man. It's going to be fun. Like I said, real X's and O's, not a bunch of, hot takes or yelling, just getting into the weeds with the football stuff. So it'll be fun, man.
Hey, we're proud of you, buddy. Proud of you, man. Honestly, super, super proud of you. Excited for you. Man. I think you're going to do great. They're going to fall in love. They're going to be making you offers to do a bunch of other stuff. Just save Wednesdays and Thursdays during the season.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate you. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you, man. It'll be fun.
You deserve it, pal. All right, let's get to a break. We'll be back on the other side with some phone calls, wrapping up this glorious Hour 3 here on this We Have a Video Game Wednesday, August 31st. Download the FanDuel Face-Off app. It's the field goal face-off in there. You can compete against others for money and get better and hopefully earn a little bit of cash going into the football season.
I just had a quick question because I believe it used to be Jaws and Merrill Hoagie. Is Merrill going to come on and talk to you about the denominator on plays for the matchup plays?
Nah, not that I know of. Just going to be Sal Powell and Greg Cosell. He's been there since the beginning. Since 1984, he was a producer and creator of the show. Damn. And now he's been on camera for the last 4 or 5 years. So he's a grinder. They're both grinders, obviously OGs in the game. So it's going to be fun learning and working with those guys.
Sal Paolantonio.
Oh, yeah.
OG.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Philly guy, right?
Also been down range.
He served, yeah.
I believe he's a former Navy SEAL.
Sal Powell?
Yeah. He served. I don't know about Navy SEAL.
What team? You know which team?
SEAL Team 1, right?
Yeah, it might have been.
Did he create?
He was not in the SEALs,
6?
but he did serve. There's no reason to do what you just
Sure.
did.
Jack Carr, I thought, has a character based off Sal Powell and the terminalist.
Sal was a lieutenant in the Navy.
Lieutenant Commander.
He was not a SEAL. I do not think so. So I do not want to put that out there and have anybody doing that. But we appreciate Sal Paolantonio's service to the United States.
Damn right.
We appreciate Sal Paolantonio's service to the football media world.
yeah.
And we appreciate the hell out of Sal Paolantonio and Cassell giving our guy an opportunity to showcase his big fucking brain. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, we'll be back at 5 with some phone calls. And remember, we are 30 minutes away from us learning about what an NFT is.
There we go.
Okay? That's huge.
Can't wait.
This is a big day.
Huge day.
You got questions written down over there, AJ?
I got a bunch in my head. I mean, yeah, it should be good. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, these are the types of convos that we normally really do well
Yeah,
with.
thriving.
Prepared for it.
All right, we're back in 5. See you then. Goodbye.
That's-
You have done things right forever. So for what I'm about to say, I'm very honored to be a part of. Peyton Manning and I are getting into business together. We have officially agreed, alongside Omaha Productions, to simulcast 6 big-ass college football games this season. We will be on ESPN2. The main cast will be on ESPN. Omaha is obviously helping us along the way, and we will be running it. Peyton, you're the fucking man. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the business. And I think we have to celebrate we did it. All right. I mean, I almost had a heart attack there. I haven't done anything since SummerSlam. Should have done more there. Peyton, this is awesome. We appreciate the hell out of you, buddy.
Can't thank you enough, man. Looking forward to it. You're the best. Honored to be your teammate again, if you will. And you will kill this. You know this. And everybody's fired up to watch. I can guarantee it.
The Jacksonville Duval Jaguars are dead. And I think that is something that is a shame. But we should at least have a moment of silence, I guess, for the Urban Meyer-led Jacksonville Jaguar squad. He chose one time not to fly back home with the team after a loss. Said, I gotta see the grandbabies. That's right. The only babies he saw were those young ladies at the shop house that week.
Devil.
He had to answer a lot of questions about that, but then he got back on track and started coaching football.
Oh, yeah.
Forget about the fingers. And they won. They won a game in London. How'd they win? It's because they forgot about the fingers. That's right. And then they came back to America. And they lose. And they lose. And they lose. And they lose. And anonymous sources say, this guy fucking stinks. He's laughed out of meeting rooms. Everybody wants to smack him in the mouth.
Attitude reflect leadership, Captain.
Have a little mirror therapy, pal.
A little bit.
You stink.
You guys ever get yourself one of these? I didn't think so, you losers.
Hey, this one from high school. This one from college. And this one right here, middle fingers open for the NFL. If any of you would stop fucking me over.
Goddamn right.
That's what we're trying to get. Hey, you, defense coordinator.
What's that?
Got any of these?
No, I don't.
That's why I thought you're a fucking loser.
I'm sorry.
You need to stop by the job. Anyways, they're dead.
As you just saw, Pat McAfee's field goal face-off is officially here, and it is awesome! Hell yeah! Download the FanDuel Face-Off app by searching for FanDuel Face-Off in the iOS App Store, or go to FanDuel.com/FGF in the description below this video. The icon itself is a nice little white icon with the blue FanDuel logo on it. The game is awesome, and we're pumped for you all to check it out and play against each other head-to-head for cash prizes. But wait, there's more.
Really?
What? Yeah. We're also holding a Week 1 high score challenge with the highest score getting $10,000.
Holy shit.
The next 100 highest scores will also all win $100. Let's fucking go! Don't forget, it's iOS only. 32 states and U.S. only for paid games. People from all states can play for free, though. More information can be found on FanDuel.com/faceoff. Eligibility for prizing is for the paid games only. 60-cent, $3, and $12 games. FanDuel Faceoff.
It's so cool to say that, AJ. We got a game.
Whole video game.
iOS only, so iPhone.
Yeah,
Yep.
people, Android
Be a
folks are tweeting in abundance about not being happy. I didn't know Twitter worked on Androids, so
either.
I am so sorry.
Get it,
Do they have apps on Androids?
Everything okay, Darius?
Out of here.
Everything okay?
No, just a droid thing.
Yeah. Well,
Droids suck.
Yeah, they stink.
I am so sorry.
But the security.
What about the Google phones?
All right.
Shut up, Marks. Get an iPhone. Or
No.
Get an iPad.
Now, well, you sound like a Mark saying get an iPhone, but
Yeah, do
assume-
what everyone else does.
Sorry, I'm a Jobs Mark. Yeah.
He's dead.
So
Rest
many.
in peace. But I assume
Tim
they're going to
Apple.
get it onto the Android folks at some point.
At some point.
They will.
I
They
assume it'll
won't
happen.
waste the time.
What?
What do you mean?
Darius Butler live
All we
in
need-
studio.
All we need is iOS. That's it.
Also host of NFL matchup on ESPN, ESPN2, and ESPN Plus.
Yes, sir.
Sal Palantonio has an Android, so you should watch your mouth probably.
Sal
Sal
Blue messages come through. He's way better than that.
How dare you?
Sal Pal's got 3 iPhones.
Yeah.
I assume he had 3 Androids too.
AJ Hawk to my left. That was the Talks the Table, and Tone Diggs is here. Android folks aren't happy. We didn't code it. You know what? We'll start. Hey, Bill.
Mitt.
Bruce.
Yep.
Let's fucking go. Let's get the
Get it
coding
going.
pencils out.
Start now.
And let's start hammering this away. Let's get it available for Android. Ain't that right, AJ?
Mitt's got it.
Yeah, T-minus 10
There's
years.
another group of folks that aren't happy either.
Who?
The Canadians.
Why?
Can't get it.
The habitant.
Wow, I thought there was provinces involved. I did not know.
No, because then you'd have to.
Oh, well, listen, Canada. Let's assume that your laws are a little different than ours. We've all been experiencing that, haven't we?
Yeah.
It would have to be a different game, though. It'd be like, oh, you 75-meter kick.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be fun.
Good boot, pal.
That wouldn't be fun.
We apologize to the Canadians,
Yeah,
okay?
move
Because
to America.
Gumpy hasn't been able to play either through this whole time.
Oh, no.
So Gumpy's been in conversations without being able to add to them for a while now, and we miss him.
Too much syrup.
Wouldn't the post be at the front of the end zone, too?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Don't call it State Fair football.
No.
Go to the phones. You like CFL? D-Butt, you watch CFL?
Not much.
We know guys in the league. So
Yeah.
it's hard not to just stop and say, hey, my guy, and watch, and then you're like, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is football, right?
CFL fucking stinks. It's not football.
No, it is. No, it does
Whoa,
not.
My football's got 4 downs. And
Is it
I
happening
start
right now?
there.
Yeah,
okay?
but punters can score there. Kickers can score there.
Sure. That is cool. I'll never call it a 2-and-out or whatever the fuck they do over there. It's bullshit. It's
Well, they
not
had to
real.
separate themselves a little bit.
That running towards
Okay.
the line of scrimmage, that's dumb.
Yeah,
A
wear
really
less
tough.
pads.
That's not cool either.
What if they did it without wearing helmets? Then I'd watch. That'd be sweet.
Shoulder
It's not a
pads
bad
stuff?
idea.
Shoulder pads
Yeah,
stuff?
still shoulder pads, still leg pads.
Leg pads are certainly important.
Yeah,
Those
they are.
matter. I mean, you're going to get helmets out of there. Let's make sure we get the leg pads
Sure,
out of there. as
put
well.
shorts on. But you can headhunt.
What would you do, Arena League or CFL, full speed? You just got to kind of just sit back? Is there a whole different style?
As far as that running forward?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I mean, shit, that's tough. It's tough enough guarding a guy coming from a static position with a release like that. I mean, that's cheap.
It's a whole different football, right? From a corner's perspective?
Completely different game, but honestly, I don't watch it enough to give you a good NFL.
Well, you don't watch Arena League?
NFL football
Come on, dude.
is. I mean, it's
Isn't the
hard for
field
me to
even
watch
bigger?
college ball. Honestly.
Whoa, Darius, we're by the
Thank
college.
you.
No. Remember,
Well,
we're
this season's gonna be different.
Yeah.
Was
Production's
hard.
got to be locked in now.
Yeah, thank
follow
you,
my
AJ.
UConn guys too, but college, NFL football, man, it's just come on.
That's what Roger Goodell said. Remember, he was interviewed when he was going to do the draft from his basement with his leather chair. He actually smacked the television. Bang. This is where I watch NFL football at. And we said, all right, Raj, we believe he had peanut M&Ms. We're like, this guy's relatable. But we did appreciate the fact that he said, this is where I watch NFL football.
Yeah.
Roger Goodell basically said, I don't fucking need any of that bullshit college football on this TV. Don't even give me the State Fair CFL. I don't care how much everybody loves Dwayne Johnson. Keep the fucking XFL off of this TV as well. I enjoyed that he kind of said that marketing. There he is. That's a chair he sits on to watch football.
Yep.
That blanket never gets used because Roger runs hot, especially whenever the football is on.
Yep.
NFL football is on. He gets excited, but I'm with you. It has been very difficult for me after getting an actual front row seat to NFL football every single day. Me, while watching, this is cool, to go watch other football and not go, this football is terrible. It has been very tough for me. I feel like a football snob, but this year we're going all in on college football.
Yeah.
Because West Virginia's going to win it all.
Well,
Well,
we'll see. I mean, I got faith because Graham Harrell's there.
Tough week one.
Primetime tomorrow night, 7.5 dogs. Good
What
thing.
was
'cause
what was West Virginia's record last year?
Well, that's not something that
Killing
I
time.
could either recall or no. We won some games. The boys won some games. I
know.
We had a good running back, I think, last year.
Yeah, but just like look at the photos. Like what
They were 6 and 7 last year.
Like what's Neil Brown doing in that photo?
He's fucking focused.
No, it looks like the Chris Bickle head coach of football, class of '96 or whatever. He's
97.
focused. 97. He's locked in. Neil Brown looks like he's just looking at the big board.
I think everybody in this room would prefer a night with Neil Brown than Narduzzi. That's what I'll say. I'll say it. Yeah. You think Neil Brown, he's a good time? Look at that fucking guy.
Not a chance.
Neil Brown's eating cupcakes and he's getting into his PJs at 8:30. I know Narduzzi
If that's
is
the
doing
case,
that.
sign me up.
I know Narduzzi is hanging out probably with Chris Bickle, and they are nuking a keg together.
Bickle fucks.
Kenny Pickett loved Narduzzi, which I think that does say something.
Yeah.
That Kenny Pickett seems like a cool guy. I liked him. But tomorrow night, West Virginia goes undefeated, starts the season, 7.5-point dogs.
I think they're going to win. I honestly do.
Thank you. Me too. 7.5 is a lot of points, I feel like. Is it? Or college, that's not a lot?
No, that's a lot. I mean, there's a lot higher spreads, but 7.5 still.
Yeah, that's why
Northwestern.
I watch, man. I see your spreads like minus 39.5. Like, come on, man. I want to watch this shit.
Yeah, what are we doing? Colts are like -8 week 1, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, just for the NFL, that's wild. And I feel like that's common.
It's
in
Dougie Mills.
college,
That's a lot of points.
Let's not, let's not get too banana land here.
I mean, we're talking about Matt freaking Ryan.
Steelers 6.5-point dogs.
Just about the Colts thing real quick before we get to the rest of the slate. Darius Leonard, Shaquille Leonard now.
Yeah.
He's practicing today with the Colts.
That's huge.
Big
Massive.
news.
Right.
Huge news.
Big news.
Huge news for the Indianapolis Colts, who are, what is that, 8.5-point dogs? Is that what that says?
Favorites.
A lot of points.
8.5-point favorites. Sorry about that. Steelers 6.5-point dogs. Eagles 3.5-point favorites in Detroit against that team, man. Wow. They were kind of watching them get put together. You know, Sirianni's watching Hard Knocks, trying to get every piece of information. He saw that schedule on the board in the back of Dan Campbell's room, and he's like, "What can we learn from that? What can we learn from that? Is it a disadvantage on Hard Knocks, Foxy? You guys are going to lose to the Eagles first week or no?"
No, we'll out alpha them. I'm not worried at all.
That's you think Sirianni's getting out alphaed by anybody?
Foxy.
MCDC. I will say I did my predictions months ago when the schedules came out. Eagles fans were so mad at me that I took the Lions winning that game. Out of any other fan base, they were so pissed.
Well, the Eagles don't get any respect, because they're Philadelphia Eagles people. Saints, Falcons, Baltimore, Jets, Patriots, Dolphins, Browns, Panthers. He's going to fuck them up.
That's right.
I feel so bad that I'm perpetuating that, but it needs to be made into a mockery so people don't take it serious. Yeah. Because what was Baker supposed to say in that situation?
It's not a big deal.
It isn't. They're talking about it, though, on TV, which we all knew was going to happen. And to Sheena's point from earlier from Feel the Beat, like, he's trying to, I think, be a different person in there. Yeah. And this type of shit just goes directly into, like, same old Baker, just putting bulletin board material out there before the game. And it's like, what was he supposed to do? I don't understand.
Did you see the Browns stat on their season opener since like 1999? They're like 121-1.
How come? Because
they don't have any wins.
Oh, 0. Never mind.
They've had 45 different quarterbacks in that time period, though.
Yep.
So you can't really blame
them.
We'll
add it to the list this year.
Niners, Bears, Jags, Commanders.
When's the last time they were? Or no, they're dogs. My bad.
The Jags are dogs going into Washington.
I thought they were favored for a second.
Yeah, but they're minus 122 there. They know 3.5 is way too much.
Yeah, that's going to move probably to 3. Then that gets to 2.5. What are you doing, Diggs?
2.5, you have to take the Commanders. 3.5, you have to take the Jags.
That's
just how gambling works.
Tim Donaghy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Anybody watch that?
Hey, is that good?
So good.
You're taking the Commanders regardless?
Yeah.
Really? How come?
Here's an idea. Let's go. You answer that first. But don't fucking bet that game.
If I had to pick this game, I would go Commanders for sure. But
Dick says
I'll follow along with Tom.
The Hammer Down boys who are forced to gamble publicly every single day. I think last night they went 8 or 9-1 or something on their bets publicly.
16-1.
Dancing with the gambling gods, baiting them, just saying, hey, fuck you guys, by saying these bets publicly and actually betting them. It goes against everything we've been told by gambling, and the Hammer Down boys have somehow done it for over a year and a half.
Unbelievable.
Incredible.
Hey, you guys are fucking really good.
Well done, boys.
But whenever they do give advice, like I think back in the day, Gumpy was giving out 20 bets a night.
At least.
Like 20, 30 bets a night.
They were
Turn was
hitting,
as
too.
well. No, there was a time there where he was going 11 and 10 and everything like that.
Ebbs and flows.
But he knew those 11 were winners, and he had questions on those 10, like going into it. So I think what they have evolved into, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, choosing to not bet games is a massive, massive part of gambling and having success.
Here's the
gambling.
issue. Do I want to fucking take Pitt -7 and a hook tomorrow night? No. I don't want to bet that game at all because it's a national TV game and it's the first national week 1 game of college football for the season. I'm going to have to bet that game.
But when it comes to Jacksonville, Washington,
When
don't
there's-
have to bet.
Yeah, when it's a Sunday game and there's 14 other games on that day, you can just sneak that one right by and not say anything about it.
Shit.
Nice. Let me get a lock, man. Let me get a week 1 lock, Tom.
Right now,
I love the New Orleans Saints against the Atlanta Falcons -5.5, and I also love Sunday Night Football. You could put everything on the money line for the Bucks. You don't lay the 1.5. Don't be stupid on the 1.5. Just take the money line there at -126 against the Cowboys.
Yeah, because Cowboys, everybody's down on, including you, it sounds like.
Very, very much down on the Cowboys.
And then Monday Night Football, you got Russ flying, riding back into Seattle as a 6.5-point favorite in Seattle. The 12s are going to be loud.
They will.
Very loud.
Green Bay, Minnesota, 425. Kansas City, Arizona, 425. Giants and Titans at 425. Raiders and Chargers. There we go. Little AFC West kickoff here. Excited for that. It's a hell of a week one. Now we just got to bide our time playing field goal face-off until then, AJ.
Yeah, I want to see. I'm curious to see what these first-time or new head coaches look like, what their team looks like, I guess. That's why the Vikings are interesting to me. Everything seems super positive coming out of there.
Yeah.
And they just traded for another weapon. Will he be in by then? Who knows? That Bills-Rams game, though, is fucking beautiful to start this.
Very nice.
Because we just saw Stafford throw a ball 105 yards.
Right.
At least.
What a throw.
He tweeted that the elbow's fine. Don't worry about it. So that gives us all confidence, right? That offense should be
fine.
Just like it was. Look, they don't have Odell. Let's assume they'll find a replacement for
Allen Robinson.
They did.
It's been unbelievable in camp.
Okay.
He's been a dog his whole career with not so great quarterbacks.
Yeah, well, I mean, Odell got traded to the Rams, and he had, 2 touchdowns that first week? And then he had a touchdown every single week after that. Bum, 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 bum. That production, scoring like that, even in some games that they were up 2 scores, you're going to have to find a replacement for that. Is Allen Robinson the guy? Maybe. He might be even better. Huh? You think he's better? No. You think?
Yeah. Healthy Odell, I wouldn't say Allen Robinson is better than, no.
Allen Robinson played the entire season, though, maybe?
Allen Robinson's a really good
He's also just like from him being on the Bears and being a Packers fan and watching him a bunch. He's just so consistent. Like P-Butt mentioned, like they just shitty quarterback after shitty quarterback. You look up, it's like, well, Allen Robinson still had 95 yards and a touchdown. Like he's good.
And Matthew and McVay and Kupp.
Cooper Kupp out there, right?
Yeah.
Will help that out.
Yeah. Cam Akers all the way back because he only played that little stretch in the playoffs.
We get to watch Aaron Donald again.
And Bobby Wagner's behind him.
They're letting Aaron Donald play?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
not in jail?
He was just. I don't know if he's in jail. Is he in jail? L.A. That might be a thing. He was. It's in Ohio though.
Thank you.
It was in Ohio.
So I let it slide.
Hit him with a helmet. Did he shoot him? No.
Let the boys play.
All right, let the boys play.
Cooper Kupp too. Shit, he might go for 2,000 this year. That was the first year with Stafford, and they did what they did together last year.
Well, there's those clips coming out of camp early. You remember where he was running, and then balls are just showing up in his hands, and he didn't the latest hands of all time. Yeah. Absolutely nothing a corner could do whenever that takes.
Oh yeah.
Tre'Davious White coming off an ACL too, so his first game back getting Cup, that would be cool.
Oh, I thought he was.
This is what Sean McVay said in that one interview when he was drinking vodka saying fuck everybody. He was like, I have a chance to get this entire team back. I will listen, I guess, if they're going to pay me $20 million to talk about football on Amazon Prime, I guess I'll have to listen. But there's no chance I'm leaving this team with what they got. They're restacked. They lose Vaughn, right? Bobby Wagner going over there is a massive
huge.
Yeah. He's a guy, right, AJ? I mean, Bobby Wagner, a guy.
He's the guy. Bobby has been the guy for, 10 years now?
There's another guy that doesn't get talked about because he was with Seahawks.
Yep.
And he plays defense. Now you're on L.A., though. Jalen's behind you.
Donald and Floyd.
Right in front of you.
Man, I like Floyd. I don't think he gets talked about enough on the edge.
Agreed.
That dude's so sudden. He's so, he just unique.
The Rams are going to be fucking good.
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
Dogs at home on opening day.
And everything we've heard about
Everyone
the
loves
Niners
the Bills.
too.
That was me saying, why are they dogs at home on opening night?
So you're confused right now?
A little bit.
What do you think? Why?
Everybody's they've been riding the
Love the
Bills.
Banner
Listen,
night,
I
you
love
never
Bills.
know. The Patriots would get fucking spanked sometimes.
So did the Eagles. Remember that? The Eagles got booed off at halftime.
Oh, yeah.
Banner night after they won the Super Bowl. But they would also go on to get booed off the field every single game that year.
Over.
Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Corey in Kutztown, Pennsylvania on the 5 Energy phone line. What's going on, Corey? Heard about your college last night with Craig Reynolds, I do believe.
Yeah, how you doing? Keep it moving.
Respect.
Just wanted to say I worked at Kutztown while Craig was there, and I'm just so happy for him that he's getting an opportunity like this because he deserves it.
So what is Kutztown College? It's a, what is its specialty? Is it just a smaller school, that's all?
We're in the PSAC, so we play against IUP, Cal, Slippery Rock. We won the East back-to-back years, and we just won the PSAC last year.
Let's
So since he left, he's really turned the program around. He has no idea what he does for it.
Kutztown, no big deal. Sorry about it. Been to IUP, been to Cal, a couple other places. To Kutztown, just everybody just gets fucked up every night of the week up there?
What?
It's a state school.
Yeah.
It's not West Virginia, but it's a state school.
All right, got it, yeah. That PSAC sounds like a pretty big problem when it comes to having a good time.
What is that?
I have no idea. I just heard of it for the first time.
Conference, dude.
I do know Cal and IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Cal University of Pennsylvania, like
Oh.
all these types of schools, yeah.
It's all the D3 schools in Pennsylvania, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and people that are going to school there,
Sorry, D2. That's on me.
I mean, focused on education and furthering that and all that.
Sure. And also getting boozed up.
Pretty hard, yeah. Is Clarion in that? I wonder if Clarion's also in the PSAC.
Golden Eagles, yeah.
So I've been, so every PSAC school I've been to, I wasn't the only one that was just like, oh, we're here just to have a fucking great time.
Get toasted.
Yeah, that's kind of the place.
That's awesome.
Is UPJ in
No,
that?
no.
What's UPJ in?
I don't know.
Ivy League?
No.
Because they're a satellite. They're a satellite.
No, they're the same as what I'm talking about here.
University of Pittsburgh.
I think Western Pennsylvania is a pretty, like, everybody fucking boozes place. I don't want to generalize, but I think it's a boozing area. So you would assume all those schools, ancillary schools, just naturally going to be a boozing place.
Collect those people.
But it might be like that everywhere. I don't know. I assume Ohio, same thing.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of boozing going on.
A lot of boozing, you guys.
I mean, COVID ramped it up. I think put some people into overdrive when it came to boozing.
Oh,
yeah.
South Florida, big boozing place?
I mean, it's absolutely everything going on in South Florida. Booze, that's the least of your worries now.
I know, but it's different. It's a different game. Like the boozing, you know what you're getting.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting zombies. We're doing that. Some of those different, you start adding different drugs into the mix. It's a whole different ballgame.
Whole different ballgame. Melting pot down. A lot of people from a lot of different places.
Pills?
Bath salts.
What?
Pills they've been around for forever. Like AJ, bath salts. I mean,
DMT.
You name it.
Hey, stay away from the
Not
pills. We need everybody to stay away from the pills.
Yeah,
I agree.
The pills are a problem, man. Just an absolute killer. I've lost too many friends. I think everybody has. The pills are just like those are an evil.
People get addicted super quick.
Like, very evil, too.
And drink on them at times. That's so dangerous.
Well, and then I don't know about but every addict that I had in my life, the beginning of the pills, it was like, yeah, but doctors, like medicine do. So, like, they talk themselves into
justified.
Anybody, even though
But
everybody.
my back does hurt, though. My back hurts a lot.
And doctors would prescribe this if I was to get it from a doctor. I don't have insurance, so this is like they always spin it as like a good, like, oh, I'm doing the right thing, and then boom, 1 week almost, not even. Just a few days later, it's a whole different fucking life all of a sudden. And then one thing leads to another. Those are scary, dude. Yeah. That's a really scary thing. I think we should stay away from those.
Absolutely.
Everybody on earth, just stay away from those.
That Dope Sick show on Hulu, that illustrated it very well, how quickly that shit turns.
Oh. There's some blood on a lot of people's hands when it comes to this. Like the FDA, I think whenever the FDA... what was it for?
Oxycontin.
Oxycontin, they put a thing on it that said, like, just pain or whatever.
Yeah.
Just
cure the world of pain.
Non-addictive.
Yeah, they knew how addictive it was, and then they were telling people it was non-addictive. And also they were telling doctors, like, hey, if the person, like, gets addicted to it, like, upping the dosage can actually help. So they just, like, fucking string people out even more.
Yeah, but remember, listen to everything that you're told.
Company still made billions of dollars.
And got sued, but...
kept going.
They're still living
Small
on an island.
slap on the wrist.
And we lose our friends. So what we're saying is let's stay away from the pills. So let's go to the phones. Let's go to Mike in St. Louis. Mike, what's going on, pal?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, just hanging, man. How are you?
Pretty good. First off, love the new game. Super addicting.
No,
No.
Mike, you can stop anytime you have to, pal.
Yep.
Please step away from that. Now, it is regulated and monitored, so they will let you know if you're playing too much. It's not for big enough stakes so you can really ruin it, but just have a good time on there. Let's not get
Don't
crazy.
get carried away.
Jeez, always, Mike.
That's good. Well, I got a quick feel the beat question for AJ. Yo, AJ, when you're in studio this season, what's your excuse going to be for not joining in on cheering with the boys?
Fucking Mark.
Suck
Good question. How does he know that I'm not going to join in?
Because he knows you're a mark.
Because Wiz Khalifa was 4 feet away from you at the first ever rap concert at Radio Row at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Still don't have a plaque from that. I mean, what is that all about?
Rap duo, you and Wiz.
Yeah,
you
you're
featured
right.
on that.
I was
track.
ad-libbing on that thing.
Nick too.
I might have had too many edibles going into that one.
No.
I might have felt a little bit too comfortable in that situation.
No.
So.
Is that possible? It's Wiz.
It's your stage.
Hang with Wiz.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
It's actually FanDuel stage, but.
But for that hour, for when you were on it.
How about them packing fans into that?
Yeah, and everyone being there, still doing shows on the 20 feet away from where everybody was.
Oh my, that was. I mean, hindsight, pretty reckless.
Yeah.
But anyways, during that, Wiz looked at you and said, "Hey, big dumb white, get your hands up." And you said, "Ha!"
Not doing it.
And then you grabbed somebody else's arms. And put
Mine.
them up
Ty, do it.
I helped Ty get his arms up.
Already had him up. Already sky high.
I don't think we've seen a single photo that you say, "Oh, look at the photos. There's photos."
I
of me
sent it
with
in
my
the group chat back in the day. I'll
go.
do it again. I'll find it.
Is that before you left the group chat?
Possibly.
Prick.
I didn't mean to, actually.
You
know that.
suck.
Hold on. Shannon Sharp called Aaron a prick the other day, I think.
Oh, really?
Aaron James
Oh,
Hunt?
yeah, on Twitter.
Aaron Rodgers. No, in a promo.
Oh, he also did on Twitter.
Wait, for what?
It was awesome. It was a hell of a promo.
I didn't know you could say that on Fox.
And then he ended it, for lack of a better word, he's a prick, is what he said. And I laughed. I popped so hard. I was like, okay. All right, I like it. Yeah, he just doesn't think he's a good human or whatever because of all the stuff that he's done. It was a hell of a promo. Really? I didn't know Shannon Sharp hated
What's he most? You mean like the ayahuasca or like the whole COVID situation?
I think it was the COVID situation and the immunized question was the whole thing. But I think it's also, Skip likes Aaron.
No.
I know, because remember that video
changes. I don't
from
know.
last week
Yeah.
where Skip's arguing Skip about it?
Oh,
Yeah. when the Packers won the Super Bowl and there was that right after that, he was a big Rodgers fan, but the last 4 or 5 years he's been a
Yeah, but Lil Wayne's a Packers fan, so you would think Skip would feel obligated.
Anthony
You'd
Davis.
Go on.
He's a Packers fan, so you think
Directly correlated with Skip Bayless?
Skip, bingo.
Okay.
Skip loves the Lakers, doesn't he?
Well, absolutely.
Yep. I mean, I don't know what they do
Big
on there.
LeBron guy.
I just assume they love the Lakers.
All right, well, Drip Bayless and Lil Weezy are are like best friends.
Oh yeah, that's right. Lil Wayne's been on there.
Lil Wayne's the opening song
Yeah.
for that shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
another
hear-
thing I didn't know.
Yeah, when you hear it, you know what time it is.
That's the
They
line.
tweet that every single morning.
And it hits every time.
Yeah.
does.
Never been in that side. Never will go into that side.
What?
Of Twitter.
What side's that?
Yeah, what?
Just the terrible side.
Whoa!
It is.
Shannon
What
cut
side
a
are you
hell
on?
of a promo on Aaron. I mean, it was a hell of a promo. I don't agree with any of it, but it was a hell of a promo.
Shannon's awesome. He's also still benching 500 pounds, repping it.
Yeah.
So I respect
What are you doing,
Shannon.
Debo? You look like you're still young.
I ain't benching 500.
You on
He
the
is
AJ?
yoked.
You on the AJ Hawk program?
I don't know what programs is he on.
Yeah, he's doing all of it.
Steroids.
You know, he's eating Tremblone sandwiches.
Ohio guy, I think he's all natural.
No,
I can't wait, man. I'm gonna get up to like 290 someday when I'm gonna get on everything.
Are you really?
I don't know. I would go up, not down.
Okay. Are you and me? Let's get on it. What are we getting on? I would like to not
I
die.
don't know when. I'd have to find everything out, but that'd be fun to fluctuate like 60 pounds or something.
Well, that's what I normally do, but it's just like fat back to being
Pretty
able
easy-
to walk.
Pretty easy to go up.
Yeah, simple for me to go up 50, 60 pounds. Simple.
Got a
Boom.
former teammate that can help you out with that.
Who's you? A guy? You know a guy?
Oh yeah, I know a guy that can help you up, down,
Really?
sideways. Quick too.
I don't want to die though. You know that's the thing.
Yeah. No thanks.
I've been trying to figure that out. I don't want to die because.
Stay away from fentanyl.
All right, thank you.
It seems to be killing people.
All right, let's stay away from that as well.
Got a wizard over here.
That could be in the pills. That's what I'm saying. You never know what it's
They
in.
cut it with all type of bullshit.
Thank you for bringing that back. You're 100%
welcome.
right. Let's not take any fentanyl steroids. Okay?
Good to know.
Don't need that to happen. Don't take any fentanyl or steroids or anything that'll kill
What
you.
is fentanyl for? Is it a positive anywhere in the world?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Like in the medical community, why is it out there and is it used?
Everybody has to have a mask and gloves on when they're around it. So how does it get so much of it? And how is it so readily available for
It
people
was
to
made
sell?
for like pain management for cancer. That's what it is. It's like about 50 to 100 times stronger than morphine, allegedly.
Oh my god!
So it's people like on
Kills
hospice, like
people,
when they're about to be dead.
This is the thing that kills people.
how much stronger than morphine? Because I had morphine before post surgery.
Morphine will get you going.
Oh my god, that shit was like.
Yeah, I don't like any of that shit. But yeah, fentanyl, I guess, is the one that if you accidentally or even around, you're dead.
Yeah, that's been mixing in with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because it's an easy thing to put in that looks like a pill, and people cut it with pills, and then people are selling it, and then people are just dead. Dead.
Stay away from it.
Yes, can't do it. Everybody stay away from pills. All right?
Deal.
Deal?
Deal.
Deal.
All the other bad stuff, too.
Don't do any of it.
But certainly pills. Look at our show for good.
Look at us.
Damn right.
So good.
There's also a recall on animal crackers right now. Don't eat those.
And I'm sure there's some lettuce somewhere that has E. coli.
From Wendy's.
So don't eat that either.
Nope.
Anything else?
Cigs.
Still good.
There's more vaxes coming out.
Well, I'm not fucking getting it, I'll tell you that much.
Whoa, whoa.
I'm done with that for the
Is
rest
there
of my
really
life.
more?
Yeah, there's another one that just got approved. Okay. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Garrett. Hey,
Yep. Now and forever.
Hell yeah.
Breakthrough case.
Vaxxed by God.
That's right. I was a breakthrough case. I got a call from somebody, some of the networks back whenever I had 104.5 degree fever and I did the show. Because that's what you do.
Show must go on.
Yeah.
The show must go on.
Great.
I was only on for 5-10 minutes. I was terrible and miserable, and it was very uncomfortable. I guess it was like a year ago this time or whatever. So I did the show, and then a lot of people were talking about it and sending me well wishes, which was very nice. I guess I certainly should have went to the hospital because I guess I was only a couple degrees away from brain dead or whatever.
Very close.
So then, which, wouldn't have been bad maybe. You just kill this thing off.
No, remember, we don't want to die.
Yeah, but I'm not dead, right? If
You
I'm
definitely don't want to be a veg.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty good napper, but there was a couple different networks that wanted me to come on and talk about being a breakthrough case and all this, and I was like, I don't know if I want to be the face of this. All right, so I'm gonna stop. But that was a problem. That was bad.
Like you broke through and beat it?
That was 1-9er. That was the original
1-9er.
That was the original 1-9er. I got that thing. A lot of information coming out about that shit now.
Yeah, a ton.
Yeah, I mean, usually, fucking takes time. Gather some.
Nobody's
research,
changing their
gather
mind,
some
though.
numbers.
Sure,
but,
that vaccine.
I think people will change their mind if
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know because I'm very lucky that I follow people from, far right,
whole spectrum,
all the way to far left. It's a tactic I think more people should do.
Yeah.
Because you will realize quickly that much like what AJ said, you're not going to be able to convince this person to agree with what you're yelling about because just as passionate as you feel and the facts that you feel are on your side, believe it or not, somehow, some way, they have the exact same thing. The facts are somehow on their side, the complete opposite. They have people that are professionals telling them that their facts are right, and they have the same talking points, and it's going to be a fight forever. It is just going to be a fight forever, and I think it's nice to kind of see what pisses everybody off and how everybody feels and why everybody feels the way they feel. I think I'm very fortunate for that. I don't know enough about it to talk about it, but I do like understanding that, this same issue, goddamn, and goddamn. I mean, there's no change in either of these people in the same world. So it is nice to, I think with this whole, what's being released, I'm seeing a lot more people on, I think so. I think it is potentially going to become something. I think.
Okay.
What if they create something that saves us all? You think that everybody will go ahead and jump on?
Well,
what do you mean? Save us from what?
Yeah, it might save us all for a little bit.
Just life, just in general. Hey,
Here, we'll give you a shot. You guys live forever? That's going to create a lot of problems.
I don't think so. Whatever, give me it.
If that happens.
But you want everybody, you tell me nobody's dying anymore?
Food shortage.
What are you talking about?
Food, land.
I don't know. If we can live forever, let's do it, AJ. Come on, everybody gets.
Yeah, I already plan on that, but I'm saying if everybody lives forever, that's going to be pretty crowded.
Yeah.
That's a good
You're
point.
going to reproduce a lot.
You're going to have to take your pick when it comes to that.
Well, who gets to do that?
Not me. I'm not saying it's me.
Well,
I'm
sure
just
sounded
saying
like you were thinking that.
someone's taking their pick.
All right, we are probably not on anybody's list if they were to have to do that because of how ignorant we are to so many things.
Yeah.
I mean, we've displayed that in the conversations today, yesterday, and all the days leading up to today that have gotten you to watch this show for some reason, and we appreciate you for doing as such. One thing that we are definitely without knowledge of is the NFT world.
No idea.
We have tried. NFTs have come into the world, not only just outside, but also in the world of sport. while we've been live on the air every single day, they've kind of got introduced and kind of hit the ground running. Because my brain is dumb, have not been able to understand what the fuck it is just yet or how or why it's going to continue to have success. Now, we can say with confirmation, the NFL has teamed up with a company and they are creating their own NFTs. So if the NFL that has 31 billionaires running it with the biggest minds of all time to create the biggest league in the history of the earth, an absolute cash cow, if they think it's good and real in the future, maybe we should think the same damn thing. Okay. Joining us now is the Senior Vice President of Marketing for Dapper Labs. He obviously is from the company that created NFL All Day, which is the NFL's NFTs. Moments are dropping tomorrow, I believe, that you can get if you go sign up. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Feldman.
Dave. Gentlemen, thank you so much for having me.
Dave, thanks for joining us, pal. I know Dapper Labs has been an innovator in this space for the MLB, I believe, the NBA, now getting a deal with the NFL. How does that process work? Who do you talk with over there? Does Roger Goodell say, now that I watch NFL football in my brown recliner here with my peanut M&Ms, can you explain NFT? How does that whole relationship get started, do you think, Dave? And thank you for joining us.
No, thanks so much for having me. And look, we've been in NFT space for quite some time, and we caught lightning in the bottle with NBA Top Shot a couple of years ago. And the NFL has been an amazing partner. That I think they wanted to really be future forward. I actually worked at the NFL for 7 years prior to joining Dapper. Okay. Where I'm actually currently also the GM of NFL All Day. So I think the NFL is always trying to be at the cutting edge of things. NFTs are here. They're here to stay. And NFL All Day, we just launched 2 weeks ago. Huge pack drop tomorrow. So yeah, a lot going on in this space.
Dave, can you speak to me like I am my 65-year-old dad and don't know anything about the internet or NFTs? What exactly are you guys presenting as an opportunity?
Yeah, so with NFL All Day, you can own digital collectibles. So these are the best moments in NFL history. So this upcoming pack drop, you can own and buy in this pack the Odell Beckham one-handed catch.
What?
Whoa. The Minneapolis Miracle with Stephon Diggs. The Richard Sherman tip against Crabtree in the NFC Championship game. What? The Miracle at the Meadowlands Part 2 with Deshaun Jackson. And so many Megatron's in there. Chad Ochocinco's in there. It's only a matter of time before we have McAfee and AJ Hawk in there. So this is...
You're going to have to negotiate.
We are bringing the best NFL history where you can own it and it's certifiably yours. And you can buy it and trade it on a marketplace. We have a very high volume marketplace. So think of it as like new age, better trading cards where you can own, buy, and sell these things on a 24-hour scale.
Are the players getting any benefit from this or just the league? Who gives the rights here? So the Odell Beckham catch, how many of them are going out for sale? How do you know those aren't being repeated or copied or scanned anywhere else? And how much money does Odell make from that, any at all?
Wow, Pat, a lot of questions. I'll try to remember them. Players...
I mean, you're the face of NFTs for me right now. Yeah. Dave, you are the face of NFTs for me right now.
Let's go. Get on this back. We'll get there.
NFT doc.
So players get a cut. Just as we have a deal with the NFL, we have a deal with NFL PA. So the PA are huge partners of ours, and we're so glad to be partnering with them. And so this Odell moment is actually an incredibly special moment. So all of our moments, I don't want to get too technical, but they have different degrees of rarity. So some you can get a lot more common, and some are incredibly rare to get. The Odell catch, as you can imagine, this is one of the most iconic catches in NFL history. We wanted to make this super rare. So we've only done this once before. This is the second time we're doing it. The Odell catch, we're only minting to 10. And so there's only going to be 10 of them in existence. And because of the blockchain, don't want to get too technical, but because NFTs, you can't replicate them. They're certifiably yours. Like that's part of the beauty of what NFTs can do for you. There's no counterfeiting NFTs along those lines. They're just certifiably yours on the blockchain. They're undeniable in that regard. So there's only 10 Odells. If you pull one, it'll be an incredible pull. It'll be you'll be making history. We've only done it once before. We had the Brett Favre. We partnered with Brett Favre where we had his iconic Monday Night Football the day after his father passed away. That was a huge pack drop we had over this offseason. So the Odell is joining really elite company for his iconic catch.
So thank you for all this information, by the way. So the catch, and there's only 10 of them, the value of it is however much others will pay for it, right? So what is the goal of the entire thing? To get as many people as possible on NFL all day, and then hopefully your marketplace gets bigger? Because what if the NFL makes a deal with somebody else and they are the ones that own the rights to the OBJ catch, and maybe there's 10 more somewhere else? Like, how do you judge that, and who controls what the price of it does?
Yeah, so we are exclusive partners with the NFL as far as like highlight-based collectibles go. So that's not a concern.
Hey, congrats!
Thank you, appreciate that.
Dave.
And look, all I can say is the Brett Favre moment sold on our marketplace for over $44,000. And so we think that we're really excited for Odell to kind of join Brett and be one of the ultimate tier moments on our platform.
Dave, I don't want to sound like a noob or a stooge, but there's been a lot of NFTs that have sold for a lot of money over the last year, and then you look at them now, and they're not even worth like what the password is to get in and find it, you know? Why do you think this is going to be a success? Because the NFL is just going to continue to grow and more people are going to get in the space? Is that what the whole goal is?
I mean, I think it's easy to throw shade at something that people don't fully wrap their heads around yet. Like, we're a new technology, right? I mean, you mentioned the Brian Gumbel clip last week. If you Google Bill Gates on David Letterman, you'll see them talking about the internet in a really funny way. This is early days, and we totally understand that. But we are partnered with the biggest brand in the world, outside of For the Brand, but the biggest brand in the world with the NFL. Yeah. And we're here to stay. And, not only, obviously, there's some monetary aspects of the marketplace, but we also can bring you closer to the game like no one can before. And what I mean by that is, like, when you own a trading card, sure, you can buy it, you can sell it, but your emotional engagement with it kind of ends there. But with NFTs and with NFL all day, we can actually give you utility and experiences like that. Money can't buy experiences that you can't get elsewhere. So what I mean by that is, we had a pack drop a few months ago where we had a bunch of rookie moments in there. Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones, Jamar Chase, some of the best rookies from last year. And we were able to, because we know who owns what because of the blockchain, we were able to bring some of our biggest rookie moment holders to the NFL draft this past couple months ago, where sure they got to go to the draft, cool experience. They got to have get wine and dine, big dinner, but they actually got to go on stage just like Pat McAfee and make picks, announce picks for their favorite teams. So we can, as partners with the league, as partners with, we have announced a big partnership with the LA Rams. We have tons of partnerships with great players. We can show all these different aspects of the league, league players and clubs, who their biggest collectors are. How do they want to reward them? We can reward them for you. And so we can really build an amazing relationship database between this that brings it all together and give fans money can't buy experiences.
Well, to your point about database and you saying who buys these things, I thought the blockchain was built so nobody knew anything about it.
No, but the NFL all day we have, you have your own username, so we may not know your exact name or something like that, but we have your email address. We can email you, contact you, be like, hey, you just won this amazing trip, you just won this amazing signed autograph, whatever it might be. And so really kind of bringing experiences and getting our collectors close to the game is a key value proposition that our product can do that literally no one else can.
So it's like a raffle too, almost. Every single time you get in there, it's a raffle, which trading cards never had in the past, right?
It can be a raffle or it can be earned, right? And in theory, if we know who owns the most Pat McAfee collectibles on our platform, so hey, you collector number one, you get this special prize. That's an example, but we can cut this in several different layers.
Now, people like me control the market, right? Don't we?
What do you mean by that?
Just good pub controls the market for every NFT, every crypto. Isn't that kind of like somebody can, I won't say the two words, okay, because those are slanderous and rude. Mm-hmm. But I can, or people that have access to a large platform can really run up the total on something, right? In this new space here, NFTs, crypto and everything. And then they can do the opposite as well, can't they? Or is the NFL all day thing something that is immune to that type of shit that others in the past have maybe had to fall victim to?
I mean, look, I think there's going to be bad behavior on any type of marketplace out there. You see weird stuff that happens on eBay or on any other type of, stuff where transactions happen. But the beauty is that we have a frictionless 24/7 marketplace. And we know, there's certain things called KYC where you can know your customer. So you actually can identify them. And, once you start making certain purchases, we need to get a little deeper to ensure that there's really safe measures that we can take to remove that type of nefarious actions from our platform. So I think it's a very safe place to be buying and selling on our marketplace, and we have an amazing community on our marketplace. Over 300,000 people sign up for our product, so we're feeling really good.
Congratulations, UKYC. UKYC. Go ahead, AJ.
So you mentioned you released 10 of those Odell Beckham catches. What's to stop you or, say, a company down the line of saying, okay, hey, these 10 went well, let's put 30 more out and kind of diluting the rest of them?
Well,
yeah, I mean, I suppose we could, but I think it's not to our advantage to do that. So much of what we do is building trust with our community. And once you kind of crush that trust, you can't really get it back. And so I think if we were to do something like that, it would completely cripple our entire relationship with our customers. And there'd be that aspect. But the other part is because, again, from the blockchain, we would be able to identify which 10, if we wanted to go down this route, which we absolutely never would, which 10 were the first 10. And I think those would always be valued in a different light than whichever ones might be repeatable down the line.
Who are they valued to in a different light? To you guys or to the people that'll be buying in the marketplace? Because you guys are making money off the sell right now. And then once it's owned by somebody, what is it, just transactional? You guys get paid? How do you continue to generate cash after you guys have given away everything?
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously we sell packs. Our big pack drop tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern.
Hey, let's go!
Here we go! There we go. So we have big pack drop, 2 p.m. Eastern. Again, that's the Odell, Richard Sherman, Minneapolis Miracle, and so forth. That's one way that our revenue comes. And then also, yeah, I mean, we have a very liquid marketplace where there's tons of transactions that happen. We take a very small cut of those transactions as well.
What an interesting business, huh? You guys feel like you're trailblazers right now? Feel like there's a lot of pressure of the world on your shoulders?
It's a fun time to be here, and it's really a great place to be. After coming from the league for 7 years, for this to be my first foray into this type of new age space has been an incredible experience. And there's just so much opportunity, right? Like, I think everyone really loves the NFL in such a meaningful way. We can bring these incredible highlights that everyone has such amazing.
Hey, are these
memories
late, Dave? Dave, are you late with this?
Am I late? Oh, we're just beginning, Pat. We're just beginning.
Are you?
Oh, I mean, think of the conversation we just had of what I had to explain of what this is. I mean,
you're telling me to zoom out. You're telling me to zoom out a little bit.
Zoom out, man. This is all cyclical. Everything happens in different phases, but we're so excited, and we know there's such an amazing archive in NFL history to tap from. And also, with the season starting, we'll be creating moments of upcoming, plays that just happen. So if Pat Mahomes throws 7 touchdowns in the game, the next day we can create a moment to commemorate that and give to our collectors in a meaningful way.
Oh, so you have 300,000 collectors right now in the marketplace. How do they sign up and how do they download?
That's how many we have sign up. We have a little less than that that's actually in the marketplace. But yeah, just come to NFLallday.com, sign up. Big pack drop tomorrow, and exciting times.
Okay, so you feel really good about it, Dave.
I mean, Odell Beckham, Richard Sherman, the Minneapolis Miracle, Miracle at the Meadowlands, Megatron, Chad Ochocinco. What more do you need?
Dave, how come everybody in your world, in your space, is so gung-ho about this? You guys honestly believe that this is the wave of the future, right? And if not you, then who?
I mean, look, I think similar to what I was saying about the internet, I came, even at the NFL, I oversaw our social media department. I built the team. I was in social media for 7 years at the league, and before that, I actually ran social media for Major League Baseball. And so it's a very similar feeling that I see right now, where like when I was starting, and I was telling my friends, my parents, my in-laws, whatever, I'm doing social media for Major League Baseball. I'm doing social media for NFL. Everyone's like, what the hell is Twitter? What the hell is like? What are you doing with your life? And there's a lot of similar, like, just lack of full appreciation, understanding yet, lack of like fully breaking through from like a pure education understanding that hasn't, we haven't crossed the chasm yet, but like the tones and the perspectives are very similar, and I feel like I've kind of seen this play before, and I'm really excited to kind of be going on this new journey here.
By the way, that's awesome. Congratulations on all the success. $40,000 though, $15,000, that's potentially like crippling to people that get into this space, So I think that is why it's a little bit different than running social medias for people,
I mean, look, I think that that's also an amazing opportunity. You're buying a pack for $84 that can be sold for $40,000. I mean,
See, so that's the thing, right? That's the opposite side of it. That's what everybody's hoping is they buy cheap and then they're able to sell at some point. Is that kind of the goal of every collector?
I mean, goal is like we have an amazing collectible, and so like even the monetary aspect aside, there's tons of people out there who just love the fact that okay, I can own this incredible moment of my favorite team's history. Like there's the real sports fan rooted part of that's core to everything that we do. The monetary aspects of it are kind of secondary. It's first like, are you an NFL fan? I can resonate. I'm a huge Giants fan. I'm a huge Odell Beckham fan. I can now own this catch. I'm a huge Minnesota Vikings fan. I can own the greatest moment in Vikings history, the Minneapolis Miracle. So I think look, this is a football product. We are here to engage with football fans, and we can deliver them something that literally hasn't happened before.
So do you shoot them to because a lot of people have collectibles, they hang them up in their office or whatever, and this is, once again, this will be shown 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, and me and AJ will look like the doofuses. And by the way, in real life, we are that. So just to legitimize that. Do you shoot those onto what are those little picture frames that have the LEDs? Like the LED picture frame? Why do you think people would want to collect these so much? Just so they could say they have it in their phone?
There are third parties that do provide something like that, where you can infinite objects and other things, where you can actually put them on on your wall or whatnot. But what I would ask you, Pat, is how many people do you actually invite into your home to look at your art or whatever hanging on the wall? Tens of people? Hundreds of people? What?
I mean, there is 40,000 people watching every day live here.
No, inside your house, inside your actual home.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's an interesting thing because with
Okay,
photos
so
of shit.
Not a lot, right? Maybe 10, maybe 1,000. You're a popular guy. Maybe 10,000 people you have. Maybe you throw a Rager at your house. But when you have digital ownership of something, given social platforms out there, you can broadcast your ownership to millions of people in an incredibly efficient manner. You can show, I definitively own this, and I can brag about it or show off my amazing collection to everyone. We just integrated with Instagram, where you can show your collection on Instagram, on Facebook. And so the social platforms are amazing partners of ours, and now you can broadcast your ownership to everyone.
Oh, that's all. I can take a picture, though, of the shit I got right and post on there, or you're saying it'll be different?
No, in order to connect with on Instagram and Facebook, you actually have to certifiably own it.
Oh, okay, got you.
Okay, so what is it when I say I buy one of these? I get a pack, I open the Odell. What does it look like on my phone? Do I use your app? How do I access all of
we
this?
sent you some packs. Do you have? I think you have an account, Pat. You can open them up.
Yeah, I believe we're plugged in the back. I think so.
Ravel collects stuff.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Okay, so yeah, I mean, these are amazing packs. The Super Bowl pack, you're guaranteed one moment from this past Super Bowl. So it might be a
Billie Jean flipping
Beckham moment or whatnot.
Maybe I get my money back from that coin toss. So I lost.
Stafford no look pass.
Yeah.
Let's open up some packs.
4-yard slant.
And then what's this one? Premium. What's this from? The next one.
Yeah, so that's a Week 17 pack. We had some amazing Patrick Mahomes playing there. A Big Ben, his moment on the platform. Trey Lance, Jamar Chase.
I'm in.
What if it's him doing the tractor another round?
Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about.
And then, so these are all just from last season here, these 3 packs?
Yeah, those are 3 of our most popular packs from last year. So you can open it up and open up a Super Bowl pack and see what you get.
Okay, let's do that. Dave, I appreciate you guys doing this, by the way, and explaining to us what the fuck it is. So this is how this whole thing works. This is I own this.
Yep, so just, I think you just connect. I don't know what's going on here. Yep, I think you're good.
I obviously signed up for this.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Wow.
Is there music?
Guys, nothing beats a pack open.
Oh my God, Dave. Dave, I'm about to go 6 to midnight if this thing flips over.
Let's go, baby.
Good. I have no idea what this is worth or what it will be worth, but ladies and gentlemen, it's time to open a pack from Super Bowl 50.
4.
6.
8.
6.
The one in Los Angeles where the Rams won.
Mm-hmm.
The suspense is killing me.
Oh my God, AJ! Give me the moment,
please.
Give me the moment.
on.
How many of
Not
these?
now.
How many of these are we opening?
I think
that.
there'll be there's 3 packs.
Says this can take up to 10 minutes at the bottom.
Flip that.
Here we go. Oh, shake that.
Let's go.
What does that mean?
All right, here we go.
We're going.
Here we go.
What do we get?
Here we go.
Here we go. We're going.
Moment in here. The special one's gonna be the Super Bowl one.
Lane Johnson.
Lane Johnson, dude.
There we go.
Pancake.
Okay.
Oh, touchdown!
Tidy. I don't know if that's from the Super Bowl, but I mean, what a play.
Still pretty
So
sick.
one of these will be from the Super Bowl.
Okay. I got
That's
Lane
the
Johnson
special
scoring a touchdown. I own that forever.
Yes.
Friends with Lane. Hey, good luck getting that out of my fucking paws, Lane.
here it is.
Ooh, it's a good one. Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon.
Throwing it. Ooh.
I forgot that happened.
What a ball. And then old Cuz comes out in flip-flops, right?
Yeah.
Double pass.
Do I have old Cuz coming out in flip-flops?
That I don't know, but I mean that's an amazing. Like Joe Mixon, come on.
That's
with
10 grand.
pocket.
Since you have NFL rights, do you already have all these NFTs?
I do not.
No, I think he was asking me.
Oh.
Because I own that footage rights.
You do.
For this upcoming season, but I don't own that particular play. I have that play as a
As a
NFT,
clip.
as a clip, as a collectible.
Yes.
Fucking right. That's the
Exactly.
Super Bowl right
Here we
there.
go.
What else do we got in here? How many more in here? This is fun.
Ooh.
Okay, a little Tyson Campbell.
Of course.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Tyson
Of
Campbell's a
course.
fucking
Give
dog,
me that.
dude.
There we go.
Ooh, good pick.
That's how you jump rods. And that's how you showcase toughness.
That was on Dougie Mills, though.
I like Doug. I'm gonna have to sell it.
Yeah.
Hey, this
Delete
one's
this
for
one.
sale.
Delete
Dave.
this one.
Dave,
Delete
you
this
want that one? Dave, $5 grand. That one.
Does it
Right
say how much it's worth?
All right, I'll put it in the marketplace.
Who's it?
All right, Marcus Valdez-Scantling.
That's great.
Oh, MVS, no longer a member of the
Yeah.
Packers, but Aaron Rodgers and he connected well.
Nice.
For the win.
There we go. What a play, huh? What a dart. What a celebration. Get off me.
See ya.
Terrible throw by a
Seed.
terrible guy.
Todd.
What a touchdown there. Jeez Louise. Is that all of them?
Those-
No, you got two
that's
more
all for
packs.
this pack. So you have 2 other packs.
Oh, we'll
That's like
do
your
that off
dashboard.
air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do that off air. That wasn't on.
That was awesome. That was
Congrats,
sweet.
Pat.
That was electrifying.
I'm an owner.
You got the
Go on.
Mixon
There you go.
touchdown throw.
Wait till I go dancing in that marketplace, just holding Lane Johnson's touchdown over everybody's. Sorry about it, Philly. Sorry, I'm the owner of this fucking thing.
Yeah.
How many
Pat,
people?
I'll let you know, we do have punters available on the marketplace. So we have some of the biggest punters in the league. We have, a Logan Cook punt in there, a Riley Dixon
Jump
punt.
on that, man.
Zoltan
Yeah,
Mesko.
we're for the brand.
I respect. Are you paying them or no?
Everyone here gets a cut. All the players are part of our partners as part of the PA.
All right, I'm sure the PA's looking out for them.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure they're getting good deals. Hey, Dave, I appreciate the hell out of you, man. I feel educated, and thank you for the gift. I can't wait to dive into the marketplace and just see, what's out there. Average price of one of these? Could you project?
From the pack that you pulled, honestly, I don't. Go to the marketplace and have some fun. Go.
No, I'm saying in the marketplace, not just my. If I wanted to go have a good time, what are some things I could buy? Like $1 all the way up to.
The beauty that we have is that we have different tiers, right? We have common, we have rare, we have a legendary, and we have ultimate. All of them at different price points. So some might be $5, some might be $100, some might be $1,000, and so forth. So really, whatever your flavor is, go in there and go have some fun.
Sorry about it. I got an ultimate Lane Johnson, Todd. So
It was
Diesel.
I don't know. Does it tell me if it's an ultimate or not immediately?
I think it was like 10,000 of them.
Yeah.
So it's
Or
common.
8,500. Yeah, common.
But it's ultimate to you, so.
Oh, I can't
Exactly.
see a screen. Why is everybody
In
doing
the eye
it?
of the beholder.
Yeah, I only need one.
That's right.
Only need one. I guess I
Only
got
one.
4 more. Let's do it. Let's open 4 more,
Yes,
Dave.
let's go.
See if we can get any ultimates in there.
Oh, here
Come
we go.
on, boys. This is Premium Series 1, Week 17.
Give me Big Ben.
OBJ.
Give me Big Ben. Oh,
Derek. Right.
Oh, this is
There we go.
awesome.
Let's go. Sacks. Is
Here
that
we
on? Oh, on Taysom.
Oh!
You like that, AJ? Close
Sorry
line.
about it, Taysom
Wow.
Hill. I think that was the only game where he set on his 4th step and threw a pass. Was
Yeah.
that him?
That was the one.
Fucking not with Mr. Brown.
This one feels like a good one.
Quick review. on
God,
that.
we are
Give me Big Ben.
Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, Kyle
here.
Pitts.
Pitts.
This is a rare.
Rare.
Okay,
Rare
this is
one.
rare.
Rare. My shit is rare in the air over there.
Ooh, see ya.
Hey, so hold on, Dave. Kyle Pitts goes on to be a Hall of Famer, like everybody's saying. I hold on to this 10, 15 years. This thing's worth fucking triple the price, right? This is a long-term investment.
Who's to say what it's worth? But I mean, that's a pretty great moment to have. I mean, come on.
On Micah Hyde.
Oh,
See
man.
ya.
Oh,
Sorry,
honestly,
Micah.
We
That's
like
a rare moment. That's an amazing pull. That's a really great pull.
Thank you.
Holy
Thank
shit.
you. Thank you.
Here we go.
You fucking did it, dude.
Let's go.
Better than that Zion one you bought.
Oh, okay.
AJ Terrell, same game.
Zion one's going to make money.
Sorry, Josh. That's a pig.
Give me that.
People love AJ Terrell. Huh?
Yeah.
This one, what's it say?
He could go on to be all of Fame.
It's a common.
What's it say? Common?
Oh, it's common.
Common.
on.
For now.
You know,
For now.
yeah,
For
7,000.
now.
It would be tough to get 2 rares.
It's a Josh Allen ball to AJ Terrell. It could be
Great
rare.
catch.
Who controls the collections here? You
both
guys
Hall
are
of
picking
Famers.
and choosing? Like, if I get a good one on a scratch-off, for instance, if I win on line 1, I know I'm not going to win on any of the other lines. Is that your
Totally randomized.
AI.
Lambda?
Is it AI?
Gary V.
Let's see what's the last one.
Sweet Blake?
If we open up Sweet
Common.
Blake.
Oh, so in addition to having
Same here.
player moments, we also have very unique team moments. So when a team makes an amazing
Thomas
play
Morstead
together,
with a great
You get
punt.
you get an Atlanta Falcons moment. So this
Oh!
How is that common?
Alley-oop from Thomas Morstead.
That is not common.
Not
Yeah,
common
that's
at all.
awesome.
Touchdown on a punt? I can't believe I fucking got this.
Let's go, baby.
Hey, thank you, Dave. You guys kind of disrespected it by saying it's common. This is fucking ultimate rare, guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you so much,
All right.
NFL All
Guys,
Day.
thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Hey, you did it.
Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern.
You did a great job explaining it to us. We appreciate that. Good luck with everything. We assume you're going to soar heights that have never been seen before. 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow at NFLAllDay.com.
That's right. Sign up now.
Sign up now. All right, we appreciate you, David Feldman.
Dave!
All right,
Thought we were gonna get Big Ben.
I got fucking rare.
Yeah, that Pitts play is diesel.
Yeah, well, there's a punt for a touchdown.
Yeah, but
So-
that's just common.
Yeah, but I think with those, and I don't want to listen. I understand he says the nefarious activities he's trying to run out.
Mhm.
But if I talk that thing up for like the next 2 years, I think I'm
As
a
you
part of
should.
the. Because it's a touchdown on a punt in an NFL game. Best play in football.
Yeah, you've been saying for a long time that was the best punt from last year all around.
So probably in the history of the
Mhm.
game,
Yeah.
if I had to guess. So if I keep saying that right, inevitably, hopefully somebody, that thing goes right up.
I'll trade you for it. I'm gonna get on there and buy some and try to flip them like Gary Vee. and
Yeah,
make
you kidding me? I'm gonna take my fucking daughter's college fund and go buy that Brett Favre one, 44K.
I don't
right
like
now.
that
I'm
he's
doing it after the show.
stealing.
Are you kidding me?
He's
Week-
stealing Gary's acronyms, and I do not like that.
Which
All
one?
right.
KYC. Gary
That's
fucking says
Gary one?
KYC
How
every
much
day.
is- Now your clearance.
Last week when I bought the slimy salamander and the macho manta ray, fucking Gary was like, "I KYC. I knew you'd get that."
Well, and Gary does say KYC, kill your children. Think about it.
Whoa.
every day. put your life in perspective. Yeah, that's what he said.
That was your grandma.
That got taken out of context.
It did. Kinda. Not really.
All right.
He did say that.
What did he say, Con?
No, we got to move on. We got to get out of here. Darius, congrats on all the success.
Appreciate it.
Can't wait for the season alongside you. Can't wait to watch you on ESPN.
D-Butt,
ESPN2.
you're gonna be awesome on there, D-Butt, for real.
You
Appreciate
are.
you, AJ.
Hey, for
Be
real,
fun, man.
you are going to be awesome.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
AJ, good luck on game day this weekend. Tops the table at Touch Schmidt at Boston Connor. Tell him Diggs you're the best boys in the back. And big thanks to NFL All Day.
Yeah, pumped.
And everybody that
Fuck
felt the
'em.
beat. And
I'm signing up. I'll trade with you.
He only said you and AJ again. He said, fuck me.
Yeah,
So
D-Butt did
fuck-
whisper to them like, fuck this guy. while he was on.
So awesome.
Yeah.
No, my guy Hayes Grooms actually works for that company, so
it's going to do well.
hope they
We
do
assume.
all right.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, 2 p.m.
All right. See you, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully the show will be better. Goodbye.